Well, it's an old saying, stay alert, stay alive.
Stay alert, stay alive.
Hey, a police officer did tell me that one time. He goes, if you just look like when you walk to your car like you're going to kick someone's ass, he goes, no one's going to mess with you. So you just always look like you want to fight someone.
And I do that.
And I do. I look like a bitch when I walk to my car just so no one will come up to me and mess with me.
When we first met, I was extremely intimidated.
Everybody, happy Friday! Welcome to the Brotherly Love Pod. We are back, and we are so excited. We have
this is an awesome show.
Yeah, it's an awesome show.
I'm just gonna say it now.
Yeah, say it now. Say it now. You just
so I hope I don't set us up for failure.
You are definitely not.
These guys are all giddy right now.
Our guests are not going to disappoint.
I don't know why you guys are so giddy. Maybe it has something to do with our special guests, Nikki and Brie Garcia.
Woo!
Old friends.
Yeah.
We
Sisters
go
in
way
the
back.
house.
Way back.
Love
Yes.
it.
I mean,
See?
far.
Wow. Oh, wow.
This is how...
way
Oblivious.
back.
We were talking about
over
stories.
10 years,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
For sure.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We did a movie.
We did his
with
movie,
him.
The
We did
Confessions of a Womanizer.
Yeah.
So,
What?
okay, Confessions of a Womanizer, but this is the crazy part.
Yeah.
We had just left WWE, our first time we left. And we were like, we should try acting.
And Miguel. Oh wait, how did we get the audition?
I don't know. Miguel was a wrestling fan, and he was like, I have this little part as
director.
waitresses.
Yep.
So he's like, dude, and we're like, well, we've never done this before. And
Can I say about the first day?
Yes, please.
I was sitting
It's
on
so
the trailer
funny.
and they handed me, they go, here's your sides. And I go, my what? And they go, your lines for the day. And I go, oh, I was wondering about that. And they go, they're literally staring at me like, is she fucking
Wow.
kidding?
You both
my
did
God.
exceptionally well considering you're
Which
flying
you had
that
no idea
blind.
there were.
I mean, that
Yeah.
blind.
there were lines.
No, and
Well,
we
I
didn't
knew
know,
like
night
I was
shoots.
just
We were
wondering why I never got a script.
They never
then-
said it to
Well,
you.
I gotta be honest with you, it's probably better that you didn't.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
if you did, you might have
read it,
never
you
been.
wouldn't have done the
you never
project.
shown up
Yeah.
on set.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
No,
Um,
I loved it.
It was fun. It actually was
Yes.
very fun. I love Miguel. He's great. The movie needed to. It was like there was a 2.5 hour
Yeah.
indie comedy, and they needed
Now
to
I
cut
remember.
it down a little bit,
Right.
and release it. And it's just sitting there, like
They
just
never cut it. They
I don't know what's
refused to
going
cut it
on.
down. He was
No
like,
way.
It's
Yeah.
perfect.
Never released.
2.5
It was
hours.
never released.
never
So,
released.
you
I mean,
know
they did like a small theatrical run,
Okay.
and then never put it on any streaming
'Cause, like-
service. You can't find it anymore.
That's because wrestling
We need to
fans
get it
got a
on.
hold of our
know.
parts because
You
they've
guys
been
are
on
great.
YouTube.
Oh my gosh.
And they were so great. But do you remember Gary Busey?
Yeah.
When he
Oh, yeah.
when he had to say like goodbye to all of us.
Oh, yeah.
And he talked about putting his farts in a jar.
A
So
mason jar, yeah, and then he'll give everyone a feather, and they could sniff
I just
his
remember
farts when he was gone.
sitting there.
That was
just
his
jaw
goodbye
dro-
speech?
That was his goodbye
speech.
Oh,
And I
yeah.
remember sitting there like, is this normal in Hollywood?
We wanted
It's
to
normal for
burst
Gary
out
Busey.
laughing, and everyone was just staring. And Brie and I
Welcome
were
to Hollywood,
trying
ladies.
to keep our shit together. But the best is in the middle of one of the scenes.
wow.
We were like told to walk in and like give our lines. And all of a sudden he chased her out in the middle of the scene. I don't know if you remember this. He goes, hey, you. And she goes, what? He goes, don't you ever come in when I'm feeling something or whatever. And she
No.
goes,
I
no,
thought
I
he
was
was like,
Wait a minute, are you
problem.
serious?
I'm like, we doing the scene outside the camera? No.
Wait a minute.
I
Really?
will kick your ass, Gary Busey.
Wow.
I will destroy you.
Yeah, I mean,
Yes.
pretty much.
I will
yeah.
body
And I was
slam you
just like
through that.
looking like, oh shit.
There was it was a lot of weird stuff. And I had brought in my new puppy. It was a French bulldog.
Oh,
and it was
my.
on the trailer, remember? And I was like terrified to leave her on the trailer to go on set.
But it was so fun.
It was fun.
And we had a lot of fun with you.
It was great.
Yeah.
It was so
you
great.
and the other Andrew were so
Caldwell,
helpful.
yeah, Andrew Caldwell.
Oh,
He was
Caldwell,
great, yeah.
yeah.
He was
Yeah.
in the new Matrix. He
Yeah.
was in the new Matrix
Really?
movie. Yeah,
Yeah.
with Keanu.
Okay.
I remember that.
Wow.
So that's where you guys met.
That's
on
how
this
we
set?
met.
Yeah.
All right, and that was 10 years ago?
And we haven't
Over.
seen or spoken since. I
Yes.
swear, I mean, it's been, we
Yeah.
have like a lifetime
That's
in
called
between.
a first impression.
Well, no,
know?
it's just, the journey takes you all over the
It
place.
does. It's weird. It's weird. If you do this long enough, it's very strange how you chart a path and you
Right.
meet people decades apart. Literally.
It's totally. Well,
wild.
because right after that, then we got Total Divas
Yep.
and went back to the WWE and brought this reality show that ended up just
Blowing
becoming
up.
like blowing up. And that literally was like right after.
Yep.
Like
Wow.
doing that with you guys. Yeah.
I know.
So crazy.
We got lucky.
So-
We cut you right before. Because again, you would have never been caught dead on that set.
Yeah. No.
How was the whole reality? How was that experience for you
yeah.
both?
It was
Oh, gosh,
interesting.
Yeah.
I'm trying to read your faces, but I can't.
I
Yeah,
know.
I'm like,
You know, there's a lot of pluses to it.
Yeah.
I think it's really great the platform a reality show gives you, but also you're putting your whole life out there, so you're going
Yeah.
to get judged. You're going to have these people hate the way you live, and then you're going to have people who love the way you live,
Yeah.
and everyone voices it. And I just remember when we first got it, I looked at her, I'm like, are we entertaining enough for reality television? I just didn't understand how you do it. because they film so much of you just sitting
Right.
there.
Well,
and
I was just
you're
thinking
like,
at that
I'm
time
on a
of
couch.
us.
Should I
Yeah.
do something else?
Yeah. Should I do a card
Right.
trick or something? I mean,
Yeah.
the cameras are rolling. I should do
Somersaults.
Right.
Start,
Yeah.
start
Yeah.
juggling.
Totally.
I'll do a back
You're like,
bend. That's what I'll do.
yes, totally. You're
But
like
you think
always
that.
on. You're like, I need to entertain just the people holding the cameras. I don't know.
Yes.
But I have loved it. I mean, I think we're gonna probably be going back to it.
Wow.
We took, a
Okay.
long break
Wow.
and
Okay.
We went 10
So-
years straight.
What? Without a break.
without
No,
a break.
Because
Because then we were doing
Camera. I gave
2
birth
shows.
twice. She gave birth. We got married.
What?
Engaged. We did all of
And-
it on camera.
and
10
because we
years
are
of our
doing
lives.
Divas and Bellas, we would film Divas and Rap. We get like a 2-week break, maybe 2 weeks, and then we go straight into the other show. And we did that back and forth for 10 years.
Holy cow.
And then,
wild.
we needed time off after when the pandemic hit. We
Well,
still,
filmed through the pandemic.
well, I wasn't done.
Oh.
Perfect. We do the
So,
same thing, by the way.
you know what I
we do the
mean?
same thing.
It's
Yeah. I
like-
love having
It's a
siblings on the
marriage.
show.
It's like a marriage.
It is like a marriage.
It really
Yeah.
is.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We're
And
like a,
I
we're
am
like
the
a 40-year
husband in
marriage.
it.
I love that.
She is.
I'm the man.
Very
I'm the
more
man.
masculine.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Okay, no, because I'm like the boss.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yes.
Okay.
That's what it is. But so we had to do one more season and then the pandemic hit. So we're like, oh, well, we're going to wait till this shit like goes away. Right. And they're like, oh, no. Like we need to still film a season. So we were one of the first shows filming. And
we were in
I'm talking
Arizona.
about,
Okay.
this was
So
like
it was allowed.
2 months after like we were in lockdown. So like
What?
everyone, like it
Super
was weird.
pregnant.
Oh
Her and
my
I had
gosh.
babies in the pandemic. So
Oh, man.
she gave birth July 31st.
Yeah.
22 hours later, my son came on August 1st.
What?
What a miracle.
I know.
Are you
Our babies
serious?
are
Yeah.
22 hours apart. We both weren't trying to get pregnant.
No.
I found out, and then a week and a half later, she found
Okay,
out.
so
What?
that's not
Weird twin
if that's
stuff.
not
Weird twin.
Yeah, I was about because I've always heard this, and I know that it's true. Like science proves it, but you could put random, not even relation when it comes to women together, and their cycles will align.
Yeah.
So being twins, and
It's
I
like
mean,
a double. It's like
like
Yes.
something
A double
happened there,
alignment.
where you guys were
Yes.
like,
alignment.
For
your
sure.
system must have known, and your system must have. You know what I
I
mean? It's
know.
Oh, for
incredible.
sure.
It's
It's
time.
incredible.
Yeah.
And boys,
Like-
because she was
Yeah.
having a surprise till birth.
Right.
And I knew I was having a boy. So I was hoping she'd have a boy, but we didn't know. And then she had a boy.
Yeah, that's
They wanted to come into the world
They
together.
did.
that is so cool.
that's
Yeah.
really cool.
And their
Yeah.
their bond's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
If
They're
it
like
isn't already.
brothers.
I'm sure.
Like,
I'm sure.
I mean, they fight
That's
like
so
brothers.
That's
cool.
so
They
cool.
love.
And you have one
Yeah.
child, and you have
One.
you
Two.
have two.
Two?
Yeah.
And
my
you had another
daughter-
one. So you have a daughter. Okay.
Yeah, she's gonna be 7 soon.
Baby.
Yeah.
My oldest will be 18 May 20th.
18.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
18. Yes.
You have an 18-year-old.
I do.
She's-
18.
she's amazing,
I have
too. She is.
18-year-old
She's the coolest.
daughter.
She's
I have a
awesome.
14-year-old daughter.
Who's also
and then I have
awesome.
a 16-month-old daughter.
Who's also
Wow.
awesome. They're all
Nice.
great.
Yeah, they're all
Yeah.
great.
Wow.
They're really
Yeah.
great.
Oh, so are you getting
Circle
a lot
life.
of sleep?
I haven't. I tell my girls all the time. I literally, as you know, kids change everything, right?
Oh,
So
yeah.
I have not actually slept like one of those nights, where you wake up and you're like, I feel amazing. I have not slept since 2006, since really Charlie was born.
Yep.
I mean, because it just changes everything. The whole way your mind works, you're always thinking about stuff, the responsibility of it, but it just hits you in a different way.
Yes.
And then you really never sleep the same again. Even when I can sleep, I don't sleep. No, but even
I
when I
agree
can
with
sleep,
you.
I don't sleep.
No,
like
I
I'm like, I have to
totally
sleep until
agree.
8 o'clock today. At 5 o'clock, I'm like looking at the clock. Oh, cool. And I look at the
Yeah.
clock, and then by 7 o'clock, I'm like, I'm getting up. I've been up for 2 hours.
Yeah.
you
For
know.
sure.
So it is really wild.
It's so wild. I always
Yeah.
ask Brie, like, especially in the beginning, I'm like, do I ever get to sleep again? Or is this just how it is? But the worry, it just gets you at night.
That's it.
And you try to sleep, and that's why I think I'm one and done. I'm like, I can worry
get
about
it.
one human being, but I don't think I could handle a bunch.
I can't imagine.
It
I,
is-
I lose sleep over my Frenchie. I can't imagine
Yeah.
having a little
Yeah.
person in
No,
my
it's
life. Like,
crazy.
that's
It really
a lot,
is.
yeah.
It really is amazing. It really is amazing. And 2 is way different. And
Sure.
and this is such a unique experience for me to go back through it again at my advanced age. Is really something. It's
Right.
really different. It's very different, but it's like wow. I mean, I haven't been through this 14 years.
Yeah.
So. There are things that I treasure more, because you just value it
You have
more.
more patience.
I have way more patience. I don't
Yep.
worry nearly about. I mean, you worry about everything, especially the first one. It's like, oh my god, what does that mean? What does it?
Right.
9 out of 10 times, it's gas or hunger. That's it.
That's
Yeah.
why you are the way you are, Joe.
Yeah, that's
Being
what.
the first one.
I
Mom
know.
and Dad were way over worried with
That's
you.
true.
No, they always were. They
No,
were.
but it's
I
Yeah.
bear all the
though.
responsibility. I'm
know.
definitely I'm the husband in this trio.
Yeah,
that's
right?
for sure.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, we're the wives.
I was
you guys
Well,
are the
right.
wives.
Yeah.
No.
Not like the sister wives.
I was just just going to say I was
No, but
blowing
you
in the
guys-
wind.
People always say, "Where are your two dumb sisters?" You know, that's these guys.
Who the hell ever said that?
All
that
my
was
friends.
No, that was
His
a
wife
line.
does.
All my friends that
She's
have ever met
repeating
you.
a line from a movie that we did.
right.
But that was her line. So that's
Yeah.
what. Yeah, she came up with that.
I gotta say, I'm feeling really bad about myself right now.
Why?
Why?
Being 44 and I don't have any kids.
Oh, well,
Or maybe
you
you're feeling
know,
good.
It wasn't.
It's not
Hey.
over, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't
I
meant
hope
to
not.
be.
I was about to say maybe it wasn't meant to be, but maybe it is meant to be. I don't
I
know.
do. I want kids. This is
does.
That's
ridiculous.
He's actually-
Oh, you do. Oh,
He's
you
actually
still
great
have
with
them?
his
Lizards.
nieces. Well,
Oh,
his lizards.
I mean,
Yeah.
his nieces. Yeah, sorry.
Reptiles. I'm
Lizard.
excellent.
yeah.
Hey, but that does show something if you take good care of them.
Yeah, I love animals. I take great
How
care of
positive that
animals.
is?
Yeah.
Yeah, 44 is still young. It's not like you're birthing the baby,
That's
so
right.
you know.
That's right. No, 44.
Like-
you're still.
De Niro had a kid at 80.
Yeah.
That is
God.
So,
true.
you know.
I don't
And
know.
Al Pacino, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
Jesus.
they had one.
87.
That's right.
Oh
God.
my goodness!
I'm gonna love this baby for 24 months.
You know what? I do worry.
guy
A little,
is,
I do worry a little bit because talking about sleep and energy, I have noticed there's something we were talking about. This is something in your mid 40s. You haven't gotten there yet, so you don't know.
Yeah.
Something in your mid 40s where your body just you feel that change.
Oh, what wisdom,
Oh.
Matt. What
Yes.
wisdom you're.
And it's like I felt it the last year
Mm.
or so, and I'm like, oh man, am I gonna have the same energy? Am I gonna be able to do
Right.
this stuff like physically? Like if I had, whether it's a girl or a boy, if they're into
Yeah.
sports, like
Buddy-
what am I gonna be able to
My bud,
show them what I'm capable
my
of?
buddy
I don't
Tony Horton is 65 and can scale buildings.
Right.
So yes.
But
guess
I
it's a
do
mindset.
kind of agree with you
Boom.
because I struggle on the playground and I
Yeah.
feel like I'm always chugging cold brews or Celsius because I'm like, I gotta hang. And he's like just so fast. And I feel like it hit me at 40.
Yeah,
Yeah.
40 is
Like-
an interesting sort of threshold
Yes.
for
Right.
sure.
Yeah.
I
It
was
is.
like, whoa, I'm so tired. And he always on. I mean, they're 3.5. So their energy is
It's
like,
through the roof.
yeah.
And they're just like wild.
And were there
Well, boys
T-ball
are.
coaches?
Because my daughter was not like
Yeah.
that.
No.
She liked to
no.
just be right by me and be in arts and crafts.
Right,
All like
right.
right there. My son loves to run for me.
I
He likes
feel
to
like-
see me run.
Yeah.
I had a
He
unique
does.
opportunity, especially because Andy and I are like 11 years apart, right? So I was able to experience like sort of like unclehood, even though I was, still a young guy.
We're
And-
12 years
and
apart.
We're 12, we're 11, and all right, 12 years, almost 12, 11 and a half, but whatever.
You round down, Andy rounds up.
You know, and I'm going to say this: people sometimes still ask us which one's the oldest, but that's that's because Andy's got the flocks of gray. Although I have gray hair now.
Oh my
I thi-
gosh, I saw some grays in mine.
Too.
Oh,
I just had
yeah.
to dye mine like last week. No, I
guys-
get so much.
I have like mine's gray. I
yeah,
don't know what's
that
going
looks
on.
great.
It's called our sparkle.
Is that what it is?
It's our
I'll
zero.
take it.
Oh,
I'll
you
take
know?
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So no gray hair anywhere else, but there I have gray hair in the side.
What
of my
the
head.
hell?
I just have it in my beard.
TMI, bro. Nobody wants
I
to
was
know
gonna say,
that.
Unfortunately, ours is kind of gone other places.
Has yours?
A little bit, yeah.
Hey!
Well, I haven't noticed with mine.
know, hey, it's your
That was
sparkle,
like
just
2
sparkle.
years
It's your sparkle.
before
It's your sparkle. Yeah, yeah.
40. I just remember it was like a couple years before 40, and I was like, what? Like, this isn't fair.
Yep.
Yeah.
my
No,
God.
that's it is very strange though to age, you know.
Yeah.
And honestly, like you get
Wait, just to get it off. And
yeah.
that's what happens.
Do either of you guys have any gray
Honestly.
hair in your pubes?
Well, thanks, Andy.
Honestly,
no, I
I
don't.
haven't looked for fear of finding any. I just don't look.
You look down one day and it's Gandalf the Gray. Oh, what's happening? Yeah.
I meticulously look. No, I don't.
You
not. But
meticulously
inside-
look.
I did find one crazy white eyebrow hair though.
Well, I have them in my
Oh,
beard.
it's starting.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
It is starting. And my beard, I got lots of whites.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Me too. But
But
Gosh.
Italian. You
The
guys are
40.
Italian, and,
Yeah.
and you
Italian.
guys
We
are
do.
Italian.
We're
Yeah.
Italian, yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like
Wow.
you kind of gray early as Italians,
We
right?
do.
We don't lose our hair, but
Right.
we kind
Yeah.
of gray
Right.
early, right?
Right.
Yes,
you,
for
you
sure.
You do, and they say that if you turn gray, that's the strongest hair. So actually, like the people that turn gray early, they don't really lose a lot of hair. That's
Oh.
why Andy's going to be in good shape.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
I didn't
What do you
know
know?
that.
Right.
Yeah.
What do you know?
Yeah.
Have you seen these things on social media where they're like all natural, reverse your hair?
Yeah.
You
The-
can.
the
Does any of
reverse
this
the gray.
work?
Reverse the
don't
gray.
Wait, is it
Wow.
like taking a pill or something?
Yes, to
Yeah.
reverse
that-
gray.
I think
Makes
that's
me nervous.
weird.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me
That's
too.
the whole thing with like the pills that make you like tan, right? Like that.
Oh, the
Wait.
peptides.
What?
Well, are they peptides?
I think so. That's
and they turn your skin
think so.
tan,
I think
right?
Is that what they are? They're peptides? I
Yeah,
don't know
so,
about
but
that.
haven't some people turned orange?
That's carrot. Carrot juice can do that to you. My
Oh,
dad
really?
turned
Yes.
orange from
My dad
overdosing.
used to love carrot juice. He would pound this carrot
Yeah.
juice.
No
and
way.
He started
Yeah.
to turn orange.
Yeah. It was. He looked like a
No
Simpsons
way.
character
his
almost. You're like,
palms
what?
were- You're like, Dad, what is wrong?
And,
That
and
is
his
wild.
cuticles and his nails. Yeah, he was
Yeah.
turning orange.
I
Yeah.
just remember in the wrestling world, it was more the bodybuilders, but
Oh,
I
right.
felt like they were taking stuff that.
Well, they were definitely probably taking some.
Yeah, and I'm like, that can't be good.
More than 10.
Yes,
You know,
yeah.
There's
This
a
is
lot
all
of
natural.
stuff. Yeah,
Sure
right.
it is.
Yeah.
Okay, Rock. No,
Yeah.
but you know,
Joe's got a thing for the.
No, I just love a guy that's twice the size at 55 that he was at 30.
Yeah,
I mean, metaphysically, it's just impossible. You know,
Yeah, right.
there's
Totally.
no Zoa that's going to do that. I don't think, but that's
Oh
just me.
my
Joe.
You know,
goodness.
no,
He's on a
I'm
tear.
just kidding. No,
He's on
I
a
just,
tear.
I honestly love.
I love it.
I love him. I just
He just comes bursting to the wall,
It's okay.
grabs you, carries you out.
Here's the thing, though. He can't actually walk, so you'd have to catch me, and I'm pretty fast. No.
And he gets WrestleMania.
right?
We got a match.
No.
Yeah.
Here's the deal. I actually do love him. Yeah, it's that scene from Something About Mary with my head just being smashed into the desk 12 times. No, but I actually do like him. I really
Yeah.
do. It's just that it amazes me that it's all like a health thing,
Yeah.
but that's definitely not the healthiest way to do it. What he's achieved
Right.
is incredible, but it's not the healthiest
Yeah.
way to do it. And
Totally.
that
you're
to
right.
me is where it's the rub, because I work out all the time.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm not
I
that
work-
big, damn it.
And then it cuts to Joe working out. He's like, The Rock. Why can't I be like The
Yeah.
Rock?
I don't take any supplements,
Yeah.
literally, but I just work out with my own body weight, and I know the way I look. I mean, I'm in good shape, but the way I look at 48, I had to actually lean down because you just can't keep that kind of size on and have the quality of muscle that you can have at 25. You know?
Totally.
Which is
So,
great.
Well,
because
yeah.
you're healthy inside out, which is the most important.
That's it, because it's about, I just want to live a long time, and I want to get to 65 and still be able to walk, and not have to
Yeah.
wear like braces around my knees and things, because I just, my tendons and my joints,
Yeah.
everything. So to me, I found a way to avoid any real serious injury, and I've been able to stay in really great shape.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it's just tweaking, But
Totally.
it's certainly not. There's no way that I could double in size. I mean, that would be.
Well, I
without
mean,
any
it drives
sort of
me a
substance.
little
Yeah,
crazy
right.
because I feel like people in the spotlight lie about how they
Yes.
get into
Yeah.
their shape.
That's
and it's
it.
Like, why lie? Just be honest.
That's
it.
So
Yeah.
you take some shit.
Oh,
Like, just tell us.
By the way, you're right.
Ozempic.
Yeah.
No.
Right.
I was singing that song to you the other day,
Yes,
remember?
we're done.
I'm like, you have to see this new video on Instagram.
Yeah,
But that's what I mean. Like, people just be honest
Just
what you're
be
doing.
honest.
Like,
I
Be
agree.
honest.
And no one can reverse an age.
No.
You just
No,
naturally,
it's not
you
possible.
can't.
Yeah.
Like,
No.
we're meant to age, embrace
Yeah.
it. And if you're not, you're doing something.
Exactly.
Like,
You-
plain and
Genetics
simple.
can play a good part. I mean,
Right,
honestly,
for
being
sure.
Italian, look, you guys look great
Yeah.
for
Yeah,
your
you guys
age.
look
Thank
great.
you.
Thank
Just
Aw,
going to
Yes.
state that for the record.
No, but people often say like, because I'm 48, and I have friends that are 48, and just genetically they look different than me
Yeah.
for sure, and I have friends that look better, but it's just. It is a lot of that, but it's also a lot about what you put in. If you drink a lot of
Right.
water and you eat really good,
Right.
and you're aware of those kind of things,
Yeah.
actually the body will respond
I
in
agree.
a big way, just with a lot of natural stuff.
Your own brain, your vibrations,
Vibrations
sun,
and sound waves.
food.
Really?
You can heal yourself in miraculous ways.
Oh.
And just now, people are starting to open their conscious because of social media. This is one of the
Yeah.
plus about social media. You're
Yeah.
starting to see these things where now doctors are able to say, if they're not shadow banned, that through frequency and vibration, because that's how your cells and that's how everything works, and food, you can actually cure a lot of these things. And pills are Band-Aids. They don't get to the bottom of the solution.
There are
Yes.
several
agree.
videos
I agree with
online,
that.
several videos where the sound vibration and the frequency that Matt's talking about, they actually go in and you can see cancer cells literally disintegrate.
Yeah.
They go in and they zap them with sound and frequency and
No
they burst them open.
way.
Yes.
Yeah.
Have you
It's-
guys heard of
it's-
hope molecules that are
yeah,
released
yeah,
yeah.
Hopium.
as when you work out?
Yeah.
They're
No.
referring it to as a pharmacy in your muscles because it can cure depression.
Yeah.
It
Right.
can bring
Right.
more cognitive brain function, release endorphins, and it's all from working out. And it's when the
Which
muscles
I believe.
constrict.
Think of how
Absolutely.
you feel when you
I
work
feel
out.
know.
so good.
So
100%.
I know.
And my
So
buddy,
true.
again, I keep bringing him up, Tony, but he was explaining to me when if you like work out a lot and then you stop, you almost go through a depression
true.
Yeah.
because your
Which I
body
do
is
agree with that.
and you
yeah,
and a
100%.
withdrawal because your body is used to now all these
Yep.
endorphins and used to this, and if you pull it from your life, it can be bad. It can
When
be
I have to
very
take a
dangerous.
week
Yeah,
off,
I
I
so
feel
see that.
terrible.
Oh,
like
yeah.
a week,
Totally.
I
Me too.
just feel
Oh, yeah.
mentally terrible. Like I got to do
100%.
something. Even if I go
Yeah.
for like a nice heavy duty walk, I
Right.
got to do something, And that's really important. It's so funny. Matt was talking about in Ozempic. It's so funny because you were saying that, there's. And look, I'm not a doctor, so I will just preface that. But what I've read is that there's a certain element, the element that makes you lose weight in Ozempic is found in cinnamon. And that's why cinnamon, Ceylon
way.
cinnamon,
Yeah.
is actually a very good weight loss supplement to
Yeah.
put it on toast to bananas, speeds the metabolism up and allows your body to break down the complex carbohydrates.
Yeah.
That's that element is what is in Ozempic that actually allows people to lose the weight. All the other
Totally.
stuff is bad. So these people that are taking it as a weight loss thing and they're seeing now, obviously it's not a good idea.
Well, no, it was designed for diabetes.
Yes.
It doesn't-
Right.
A byproduct
Yeah.
is you lose weight. So then of course, people, I'll take
And here's
it, which
and
is
here's
so crazy
and here's
reckless,
and here's the bummer part
So-
about it though.
So reckless.
The element in cinnamon that you are discussing is natural and thus non-patent. You can't
Right,
patent it, so
right.
you can't make money off of
Right,
it.
right.
Well, I
Exactly.
knew that about cinnamon many, many years ago. And so every morning in my coffee, like I don't
you
use
go.
sugars or anything. I always do cinnamon to
you go.
start my
Very
day, get it going, my metabolism.
My
I
mom-
dump it
Done
on
that
my Ezekiel
forever.
bread. I
My
dump it on
mom
my
does
Ezekiel
that.
bread
Yeah,
and
my
on my
mom does that.
bananas. I dump it.
She
Yeah.
has cinnamon in her coffee.
Yeah, I get
Oh,
angry
yeah.
because
My favorite.
she doesn't rinse out the cups.
Oh
and the
yeah,
cinnamon
cinnamon
crust.
just gets in
Oh,
your
it's like-
baked
yeah.
Dude,
on
oh,
there.
no.
The problem is
Oh
if you
my
don't get that right
God.
off,
Yeah.
it's like a
The-
paste.
I know.
It's like it's incredible.
It is.
Yeah.
You know what else you can use
Very good
cinnamon
for
out
you.
there? If anybody has any issues, like right now, in
Ants?
spring ants.
Yeah,
Yep.
Okay.
I told
but
her that.
it doesn't
We
work for
did.
me.
She
Yeah.
did. So we've been having an ant issue.
Right
'cause
now.
we're
Us too.
like right
Crazy.
by. Okay, you guys
They're taking
too?
over the
They're
world.
taking over
They
right now.
really
They
are.
are
Really?
everywhere.
Okay. They like
so
cinnamon now
smart.
because
What?
I did cinnamon everywhere, and those fuckers literally went right past that
No.
hill. Yeah,
They were like,
they literally walked right
Oh,
through it, and I was like,
You
what?
zoom in, they're baking cookies.
Yeah, but they're gonna be like the
Yeah.
queen loves
Or
this
like
shit.
steel milk coconut.
Wow.
You son of a bitch.
yeah. Or is your
Wow.
cinnamon just not that pure?
Ooh.
Does it have sugar in it?
You know,
I mean, I get organic, like
Oh,
good
Ceylon.
shit.
They say that
This
they say
is-
that Ceylon
You know?
cinnamon is the best.
it
CEYLON.
really is. It really is
Sure.
crazy because not only do we see it in Matt's reptiles, but my squirrel friends that live in the neighborhood, if I get non-organic
yeah.
nuts or not organic vegetables, they won't eat it.
Yeah, I've noticed it
Really?
lately.
Like legit, a pecan that's not organic, you try to get, they will not eat it. And I give them
Yes.
Like in
and yeah, I
scents.
know.
And something
So
in
wild.
the
Isn't that crazy?
yeah,
What do
in
you mean
particular,
see?
the last
Your
couple
cinnamon
So
years.
no, I need to put then
See?
non-organic cinnamon, so then they want to
Oh.
not go there. See, they like the organic
Oh, maybe-
cinnamon.
maybe that's
Oh.
has something to do with it.
Maybe it is a chemical in.
So boom.
Interesting.
Wow.
Yeah, maybe.
What
Yeah.
it is, maybe.
Well,
Yeah.
Wow.
Now
Try
I'm
it.
gonna go get
Try
the
it.
worst shit ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Costco,
brand?
the biggest,
Yeah.
largest
Yeah.
cinnamon.
I was just
Safeway,
Yeah,
like
It
exactly.
really is amazing when you dive into everything that's going on with foods. I mean, I know that
Oh.
all the foods here in
Oh.
this country, especially in the United States, which
Yeah.
is
the
shocking
US.
because we always have a lot of pride. Like we're going to do it right, we're going to do it great with USA. It's awesome, and then. Man, you read. I mean, just even in McDonald's fries, there are not in Europe. There are like 4 ingredients. They said there's
Potatoes, salt.
non-hydrogenated oil, which is great, and they have some sort of anti-caking thing, and then the potatoes. That's it. Here, there's like 14 ingredients. They
crazy.
have beef flavoring because they used to cook the fries. With
Yeah.
McDonald's fries, they used to cook them in beef tallow, which is actually very good for you.
Yeah, it's true.
Okay.
But it became very expensive. And so what they did was, like 30 years ago, they started to supplement it with a synthetic chemical, which is horrific.
Yeah.
But so now they use beef flavoring. And if you look at the ingredients list here, it's a yellow dye to keep them that color.
Oh my god.
All these things on McDonald's
Ew.
fries,
Yeah.
they're literal poison compared to the McDonald's fries in Europe, which have 4 ingredients.
Isn't that wild?
So
Yeah.
like, why are they allowing that here
don't
when in
know,
Europe
man.
McDonald's has to do it the right way?
It really
It's
is true.
so
It's terrible.
frustrating.
I know.
Literally,
Completely terrible.
Brie and I,
It
when
blows
we were
my
getting
mind.
our rental car last night, and we're checking out, the guy goes, "Oh, they're gonna ban TikTok," and we go, "What?" Like at first we thought he was
right.
gonna maybe
that's
like
funny.
the Bella
Yeah.
Twins or something, but he was like, "They're gonna ban TikTok," and we go, "Oh," and we're like,
It's
maybe
like
we look
shit.
like TikTokers. I don't know. And we're like, "Oh, that."
My gosh.
I guess I don't know. Like, does that suck? And he goes, "You don't think that sucks?" And we like gave our opinions both ways. And he goes, "Wow." I go, "Well, honestly, I'd rather them like ban like some of the food in America first before TikTok."
yeah.
And he was like,
Yep.
What?
"Oh,
You
I
weren't giving
guess."
him the
And I'm like,
answers you wanted.
What do you
Yeah.
mean? What do you mean food?
We need TikTok.
Yeah.
Forget food.
"Yeah,
How am I going to survive?
right."
If I
was
can't
like,
scroll 3,000 miles
Yeah.
a minute and check out everybody else's fake lies,
Yeah. Forget
Yeah.
the water.
Am I like, Forget
Forget nutrition.
it's so
I
addictive.
mean,
it's
so
terrible.
well, and then that's what she brought up
Worst.
with the brain stuff, and you could tell he was so disappointed. He was like, "I thought these
Yeah.
were like TikTokers that we were gonna be like,
I know.
fuck everyone."
Yeah.
Like,
Head out to the picket lines together.
Yeah.
This is our land.
TikTok,
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 TikTok.
right?
Hey.
I mean, that
Yeah.
could be happening today. If
I
what
know.
he says is true.
I know.
It's true.
I
Well,
know.
what happened is that
See what happens.
the administration signed the bill. So
it says they can.
within a year, it has to be sold to a company.
It gave
that within,
ByteDance, the parent company, and the reason why is that
they're stealing all our information and
all-
sending us bad algorithms.
yeah, all companies
Exactly, which
Mm.
is
Yes.
not good.
all
That is
companies
bad.
It is bad.
that are out of
gotta protect our
China
youth.
have to give their data to the government. It's just
Of
it's just a
course.
law over there.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
So yes, they're collecting and they're realizing
taking-
it's a siphon for all these people.
Well,
that are
and
on
it's molding
TikTok.
impressionable minds. That's the biggest problem.
That too.
It
The-
really
Yes.
is.
That's the
That
problem.
algorithm automatically adapts to what they want you to
Exactly.
see. And all
Yeah.
of a sudden, I mean, thing is with impressionable minds, 12, 13, 14,
Yeah.
you watch something 1,000 times.
Oh yeah.
You're just going to innately, instinctually identify with that,
Yeah.
or be sympathetic to that, whatever it is.
And you
good
know
or
that
bad.
algorithm.
Yes.
That's what's bad.
That algorithm
Totally.
is different per
Yes, it
country.
is.
Like in China, where
Yes.
it's all
Yes,
education,
all
Yes.
educational.
Which is
health,
ridiculous.
food, all the stuff we're talking
So
about,
ridiculous.
and then here it's all
And aren't they
dumbing
strict?
down.
Yeah, dumbing down. And aren't they
Extremely, yes.
strict with their time?
Yes.
Very
Like they're
strict.
only allowed to watch it like a
Exactly.
certain amount of time,
Yes.
but Americans
Right.
just keep going,
going.
Of course.
keep getting
Going.
dumber.
And consume
That's
Yeah.
what we do
horrible,
very well.
horrible sentiment. I mean, terrible things.
Yep.
I mean, despite everyone's feelings on, the news media and national media, TikTok in particular is, I mean, there is so much hot air on there. It is,
Right.
Yeah.
it's crazy.
It is crazy.
I don't
and-
have it on my phone. 'cause
Me
I
neither.
feel
Smart.
Like, yeah.
Smart.
I don't want
Very
them
smart.
to hear me.
I do.
I do.
Yep.
I do, and I
have
should
it.
take it
I
off.
should
I
as
have it on my
well.
phone,
You
but
do?
I
Okay.
never
But
open it.
I never
Yeah,
open
I
it.
never
open it
open it,
either.
and
I
I
never
make sure
open
it's
it.
always closed
But-
if I do
But-
happen to open
Yes.
it. But
Have you gone into the settings and make sure that all the settings are off? Because even
That's
if,
what you have to do.
if it's on your phone, even if it's not open, but you allow
My
it,
phone's here right now. I haven't done that.
Yeah,
but
go.
after last night when we got into a deep convo about it, I'm like, I just want it off. Like I was promoting one of my shows,
exactly.
so I had to
It's
put
a
up
good
all this
marketing.
stuff.
I know.
And Brie's like, well, I just make our assistant do it. And I'm like, well, that's kind of rude, but okay, maybe I'll do it. Like,
I mean, that's what you
No,
called
it's
the
not.
I go, so
assistant.
you want it on her phone, so it's not
Yeah.
on your phone,
I know that is a little messed up.
right?
No, it's okay. But listen, it's okay. Look, I mean, it's okay.
Right.
I
And I,
lit-
don't,
I literally
don't want to
did-
go on.
I literally did the same
Matt
thing.
just makes us do it.
No, I
which
did
is
the same
interesting.
thing. For a minute there, we had this one social media person that was working with us.
Yes.
And I was like, listen,
Can you do
can
it?
you have my TikTok but on your phone?
And then you're like, can I see that for a second? Great.
no, you
You take her phone, you start scrolling.
I know.
She's like, that's my phone, man.
Yeah.
Uh,
And then she left us, so I don't do TikTok anymore.
yes.
Yeah.
Oh
Yes.
my
No, and but
And she left.
unfortunately, actually,
she
I really,
quit.
honestly,
Probably
if
'cause you
they're
kept
gonna
stealing
ban
her
it, like,
phone.
just ban it or change
Right.
it and get rid of it so that it
Yeah.
works
I
right.
agree.
It'll make it easier for us because honestly, you're right. When you're doing these things, right?
Yeah.
And I do these little things for Listerine and VinFast, these campaigns that I work with. That's part of it.
The views are unreal.
They have
Yeah,
to.
they're unreal.
That
You
part
know,
of your
right?
deal is TikTok is part of the platforms.
Yes.
Part of that portfolio of platforms that you have to, and that's why that's the only reason why I even keep it on my phone is
Yeah.
because a lot of these deals, they want
Probably
that
why I'm not
included.
getting
want
any
it.
deals.
Probably.
No, but so
I got
honestly, if
loads
they
of
got rid of
deals.
it, it would make it so much easier. Like I don't want it, so get rid of it. Like
Yeah.
let's just streamline it down to a few. you
That's
know?
how
I'm-
I feel this exact same
Oh,
way.
that would be so great. I
It
would
would
love
be.
that.
Yeah, there's way too many platforms now.
Way too many.
No, there's a
Way
lot.
too
Because
many.
now there's like Be Real.
I know.
Have you
Yeah.
this
What's
one?
that?
Yep.
You
So-
don't know, be real.
No.
So
Like
you have-
in the moment, which is actually kind of a cool one.
No, I agree.
And
And young
it's-
kids are really into it right
Yeah.
now.
Oh,
and
God.
no
Okay.
filters, nothing. And when you take
And like
if you-
under 18. type,
yeah, and if you take
right?
like a selfie, it will show the other side of your phone. So wherever you're at.
Oh,
So
interesting.
it's a double.
And if you
God.
read, and if you read,
that could be really bad.
yeah.
You're just in the mirror,
And
like,
if you
like, naked
retake
halfway down.
it lets everyone know. So if it's not a one take
Oh.
shot,
yeah, it lets you know how many.
it'll let
times.
you know how many times you
But
try
I
to
think
take
you
a
only
photo.
get up to 10 times.
Yeah, and then it'll just
So
stop.
there's a part of it that's great, right? But I was like, oh, another platform.
Right?
Another
No,
one.
no,
And then
I don't want it.
it's too
like it's
much.
like the
It
streamers.
is
There's
a
just
lot.
too many places
Yeah.
to look. Like if I just want to watch a show,
It's-
I can watch one episode here, 3 episodes.
Right.
Here. What is this?
Do you ever forget you
so
have one and then like you
Yes.
rediscover your subscription and you're like, oh my
Paramount
god,
Plus.
Paramount
yeah, you're like,
Plus.
yeah, I'm good for like a
Plus
week.
I never go
Yeah.
to Paramount Plus.
I know.
But yet I was like paying for it.
Right, yeah.
It was a
I
nickel,
know.
like
No, I watched. There was,
Was
one of the
it-
old fashion shows I like that
see,
I watched.
Mateo
Yellowstone was
wanted
on
to
it, which
see
was
like
cool.
Oh,
I think
Yellowstone
Blues
was on
Well,
it.
or
Yellowstone
Blues
is a perfect example. You
Clues.
can watch it anywhere. Which
Yeah.
is so weird.
Well, now-
one season's there,
but
one
yeah.
season's over here.
But I-
you can download 2 on
I like-
Peacock, watch them on Amazon.
I
Like, what the hell
forgot
is
I
this?
had Apple
It's
TV
wild.
and then rediscovered it, and I'm good now on entertainment for like a couple months.
Cool.
I will
But,
say though, you guys freaking kill it at social media.
You guys
Thank you.
do.
Thank you
Your
very
guys'
much.
videos are the
It's
best.
the most
Yeah.
entertaining thing.
Really?
Yeah,
appreciate
like
that.
you guys.
We
I
laugh so hard.
remember how long ago did I tell you I was sending you their stuff, and I'm like,
were.
we need to do this.
I know.
And then we
You
never
guys
did.
can
we
crush
never
that
Oh my
kind of
gosh,
stuff.
yeah.
We'll have ideas, ideas, and then we never do it.
And then we're moms, and then
It's
you realize
hard.
you have no time.
It's
Yo,
so
it is
hard.
not easy. I mean, honestly, these people that do it, and we have
It's
we
like a 9 to 5.
It
I mean,
is.
it
Yeah.
really is a
we
full-time
attempt to
job.
do it,
Right?
and we get together in like chunks and try to.
Well, yeah, you see 90 seconds and it looks good, but it's taking us all day.
I mean,
We've
but, you know,
tried to
it's
kill
like-
each other. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
yeah, right.
It's
The
just
band's
not-
broken up 3 times and reunited
Oh my
over a
media.
90-second video.
I love
Finally.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't said
That's
this like every day.
all the time.
Yeah.
And we have a wine
We-
brand too. And
Cool.
We do
Cool.
everything together.
What's your wine brand?
Bonita.
Oh, that's
We'll
awesome.
send you guys a bunch of
I
stuff.
love wine.
Oh, you do?
I love it. Big
I
wine.
love-
You'll like
yeah.
ours.
Awesome.
Ours is really
And
good.
our
Okay.
tasting
Really good.
room's opening up, and we made it a speakeasy. It's in downtown Napa.
No way.
Really?
Yeah,
Way.
we
Yeah,
live in
we're
Napa
like
Valley.
massive winos.
Really?
Oh, okay.
Well,
Wine,
the
wine
Italian
producers,
thing.
Italian thing.
Of course.
Yeah.
Little
Very
Chianti
cool.
or perhaps a nice Riesling. I like Riesling.
Yeah.
I like a dry one.
Do you?
Me too.
Okay.
Yeah, me too.
Dry.
Super dry.
Like
what
it from
about
German or Germany or
Yeah.
France.
I'm like that. I don't like too sweet, so I do tend to go dry. More with my champagnes, I like them dry, but
Nice.
I'm open.
Yeah.
Like I have an
We
open
feel
palate, but a
like-
bougie one.
I
Yeah.
get it.
Like
Yeah.
I'm
But we're very much
particular
we
about my
drink
palate.
for the weather. So
Yes.
if we're sitting on a nice patio and it's a little sunny, we might
Seasonal.
do a little
Yeah.
sabi
It's a thing.
Yes.
That's a common.
Rosé.
You know, very
Yeah.
seasonal.
Yeah, we're
Nice.
by a fire.
We-
We're gonna do a full body
yeah.
cab.
And we love happy hours. We're not like late night drinkers,
Yeah, yeah.
but like when the sun's
Love
up,
happy
we
Well,
love
honestly,
to
that's
drink.
the best time. Late night to me just is. I don't know. You
We
get
don't
so
like it.
sleepy and what?
so
yeah.
sleepy.
Yeah.
And then
The
if you're gonna
whole-
get a hangover,
It's,
Yeah.
No, it's
know,
no.
There's nothing like sleep.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
and good and
When I'm
quality
like in,
sleep.
and good quality
Yeah.
sleep.
It's the best. I look forward to
That's
going
it.
to bed now like I used to look forward to going
Oh,
out.
me too.
Yes.
Like I'm like,
Me
oh,
too.
8:30, it's time.
Yeah.
So true.
I can take my shower now.
Yeah,
It's too early to
honestly.
shower.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can shower now and get.
I love
back.
it.
I can do that.
I'm obsessed I'm obsessed with beds are really important. Listen to the thing.
yeah.
Like you spend a lot of time in bed, right? So
Right.
people that don't like, change their sheets often, I don't understand because like wearing an outfit, would you wear the
Yes.
same outfit over and over?
Ew.
And then I'm
Ew.
big on the Tempur-Pedic. I got all the cooling stuff.
Yep.
I'm like a nutcase, and it's.
You also like it really cold.
I like it like a Sub-Zero.
They say it's better to sleep when
It-
it's cold. Your body
Right.
totally turns
Matt
over in
hates
the
it.
cold weather.
No, that's not
Right.
true.
No,
no,
Matt
it
hates
has
it.
to be
I
cold.
like to bundle
fact-
up. I don't even
Yeah.
care if it's the dead of summer.
Stop.
I'll keep it freezing.
No.
And I'll still bundle up at night.
Stop.
It's
In
just
fact,
better.
we can.
Yes.
I can probably prove it. 'Cause
Stop.
There's a camera right outside of the thermostat, and whenever the thermostat gets touched, I get alerted, and I see
Stop.
Matt. Ding, 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 ding.
There's
Always
a difference.
turning it
There's
up.
a difference. This house is from 1920, and there's no
Always
all the
turning it
ceiling
up.
on all the sealants on all the windows and doors are really bad.
Mhm.
So in the middle of the winter,
Mhm.
it's particularly where I sleep.
Nope.
Is right by these double doors,
Nope.
and I get a draft. So if it's like 40 degrees outside, it's like 55 in the room,
Perfect.
which is great.
Yeah, yeah.
But then he'll crank on the air because his room
Yeah.
is warmer. So anyway,
Because it gets hot in there.
I do like it cold. I just don't like it
I don't know.
freezing.
freezing. That like I can't even with a down comforter, I can't get warm.
I like
Yeah.
it freezing.
Yeah.
Oh.
But I
Like-
always have my slippers and robe when I wake
See?
up in
Yes.
the morning.
Yes,
and
that's what I do.
I love it.
Slip on the
Yeah.
O's, put on a nice
But see,
robe.
she sleeps with pajamas. Do you guys?
No.
No.
I can't.
See, she thinks I'm weird because I
But
sleep
okay,
naked.
when we
I need
were
to be
wrestling on the
free.
road, I mean, last night, but when we were wrestling on the road, I got bed bug bites.
No.
Yes.
Ew.
Ew.
And bad on my
I've-
ankles.
I
and
did
feet.
too.
It freaked. And we stayed
Holiday
at a
Inn,
shitty
right?
hotel. We were,
Oh.
I can't remember.
Oh, it wasn't even Holiday Inn.
No, it,
It
was
was
like Best Western, not plus, negative.
Yeah,
it was
Yeah.
And
Ooh,
literally,
the Red Roof Inn.
that
Yeah.
freaked.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
we
it
used to
was-
stay in
yes.
that one outside of Boston, remember?
So-
Because I had
Yeah.
like the party, like Chinese
Ew.
restaurant that all the
What
wrestlers
were we
would party at.
thinking? But so
I don't know, we
after
were
that,
young
it
and
freaked me
partying.
out because I was naked, and I just remember thinking, okay, yeah, they're at my feet and my ankles, but I thought like if they went up more of
Oh,
the lake, you know, if they went
no.
north. So since then, I got a little traumatized. So
understand.
that's when I started wearing PJs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For a while, I would wear socks to bed. 'cause
Yeah.
I
Oh, I'm
understand.
sure.
when I was traveling.
No, that's traumatizing.
Yeah.
You
Now
know,
my
I
own
always
bed,
check the
I'm
bed.
like-
I know you
Yes.
can't really see bed bugs. That's the problem. But
Right.
like, I would always, even if I check, make sure, look behind the bed, look behind
Yeah.
the pillows, because I don't want any spiders in there or
Yeah.
anything. I'm not
I'm
a
the
big fan of
same.
that stuff.
See,
No.
now, I wear boxers and a t-shirt. I don't go completely.
No, that's
nude.
what I wear. Yeah,
Yeah,
I wear
boxers and a
I wear a tank top, like a tank top and just some really loose boxers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Oh,
what I,
really?
That's what I do.
To
Yeah,
bed?
Yeah, to bed.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, guys.
I can't
yeah.
do clothes. But yeah, I guess my husband, he always
It's a
wants to
little-
wear
it's a
something and
little
I feel bad
different.
I give him
It's
shit.
a little different. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because just you gotta have some
Need to be
material.
So
Yeah.
exposed.
yeah, you gotta have
Yeah.
some material because.
Yeah.
Just
I mean, it's
things are
okay.
laying- yeah,
Highly
things are just-
exposed.
yeah, it's just things are just.
I'd just be scared of a midnight emergency, you know? What do you
What?
do? Yeah, I don't know.
What
What am I
would
gonna...
just-
What's that really
Intruders!
Oh, I was thinking
Or
something else.
earthquake.
What kind of emergency do you
Right.
have? No, it's an emergency. Oh, what an emergency!
Not
this
again.
is.
Not
What
again.
kind of
And then you
emergency
go
are
into
you
an ad for
talking about?
Depends, Joe. Yeah. Depends /brotherly. Oh, Joe.
That one's specifically for Andy.
No, the rubber sheets.
the
rubber
bedwetter.
No, that's what. I don't think
That's
not a
funny.
thing, okay? It's not a thing.
I'm not a bedwetter. I'm not. Yeah, no. So that's. But I just read like the tank, like a really nice tank. And
Oh,
just
okay.
boxers.
Do you remember in the '94
Yeah.
earthquake in Northridge, the neighbors that they were nude sleepers because the earthquake happened and they came running out of the house, both of them naked.
Oh, really?
I slept through it.
Yeah,
No
I was a
way.
kid. I'll never forget. And
yeah.
my mom
the whole
comes
thing
in.
fall on your
and
head?
Oh, my
The
God.
coat rack.
Bookshelf.
I had like a coat rack in my room, like a with all my jackets on. It
But those
fell
are
over.
those are leather jackets. Like they were each
Leather
one weighed 80
jackets,
pounds.
and all
back
my
then.
hats fell. I was asleep.
No, it was unbelievable.
No
actually, 'cause
way.
I was up right away. The craziest thing ever. I had this huge bay window, and the neighbor's
What?
the driveway was right there, and I could see their car bouncing, and then it bounced up against and broke the window and was just going. And so it
No
woke me up
way.
immediately. And yeah, we go to open his room. We open the door, and everything from all the walls and all the racks were on top of this guy sleeping under, and we pull all this off
Oh
off
God,
of him.
Joe!
No, and he's like, "What? What are you doing?"
Oh my gosh.
Slept right through it. This guy.
That's wild.
Where were you guys living at the time?
You were renting a house.
No, we owned Hesby.
We did?
Yeah. Hesby.
Yeah.
Well, we originally started renting it.
When we were kids, that we rented it first before we bought it.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know
In Valley Village, like.
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Because we were bi-coastal, because we started out, we started our house in Pennsylvania.
Which, by the way, you guys
Okay,
are from
so
Philadelphia,
Philly,
right?
yeah.
You guys-
So
wait,
you guys
what?
born and
Our
raised in Philly?
family's from Philly.
That's so
Okay,
cool.
We're
cool.
diehard
Yeah.
Eagle fans. So
Oh,
flag.
Fly,
Yeah.
Eagles, fly.
That's right.
Yeah,
Road
We
well,
went to Super Bowl 2
Victory.
years ago.
No way.
We paid
Wow.
so much money for tickets.
We should have had it.
And
we should have had
shoulda,
it.
shoulda.
Oh my
Come on, the
gosh, yeah.
fourth
It was
quarter
like-
just-
It was-
I mean,
That was ridiculous.
And
we let this
sitting
guy-
there, we were within the family and friends section.
Oh my goodness.
It was heartbreaking.
It is. We had it. We had the game.
We
I mean,
had it.
they let some hobbled Mahomes run around and do things, and I mean, I don't know what happened.
Yeah, I
and
don't
then
know.
this season, forget it.
Oh.
Forget it.
I honestly, I've
Yeah, that was
never
one of the biggest
seen-
collapses in Eagles
I've
history.
I
never
don't know
seen
what happened.
anything like this.
Yeah.
It was
That
wild.
It was really
they weren't
bad.
ever able to get it under control.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
10
I think
and one,
Hurts
and then
was
you just
hurt.
implode.
Yeah.
I feel like there was drama in the locker
Something
room.
happened,
Something.
right?
Because the team fell apart.
They
So-
did.
Right.
It was like people were
Nobody
mad
played
at each
anymore.
other.
Yeah.
Yep.
There was
It's
something
like they
Yeah.
wanted
It was
each
bad.
other to
It was
fail.
really
Yes.
bad.
Yeah.
And
Like
it was
that's
really
what
bad.
it looked like.
Why
It was
was-
so intentional.
Hurts was
Right.
always alone, quiet on the
Yes.
bench.
Whenever
Like
they
he
cut to him,
never.
too, it was odd.
Didn't
It
he
was-
just sign the new
Yeah,
contract?
great.
Yeah.
Perfect.
See, there's something
bad.
going on.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And we got the running back.
Saquon Barkley
Yeah.
this year from the Giants. We'll see if he's got
I
anything
like
left in
him.
the tank.
Yeah,
I like
I
him
know.
too. Hopefully, look, I don't know. I was a big Sirianni fan, but he
But
was
this last season
he was
kind of
unable
put some
to.
doubts.
Well,
Yeah.
to me, if you're a coach, if you can't get it together in like 9 weeks, I don't know
No,
like
right.
what you're doing there. I mean,
Yeah.
you can't get that team
Yeah.
back on the track in 9 weeks.
Right.
I don't get it.
I agree.
Honestly, and I know a lot of it has to do with players, and I know that, but personalities have always been difficult. I mean, I look at Phil Jackson, what he had to deal with the Bulls. I mean,
Right.
you're not
And the Lakers. Shaq and Kobe didn't even get along.
and you're talking about, but
Yeah.
you're talking about Pippen and Jordan and Dennis Rodman.
Oh my God,
Him
the
having
worm.
to manage
Oh my gosh,
all,
yeah.
and
That would've
Steve
been
Kerr,
insane.
who clearly,
Insane.
look,
Yeah.
Steve's a great coach, but he has an attitude. He's pompous, great, but you need to have a
Well,
swagger and an edge.
Pippen and Jordan
Pippen and
still
Jordan
hate each other. Yeah.
So it's like, but yet they
Didn't
went out
Jordan's
there
son
and won.
date Pippen's ex-wife recently?
Yes.
Still,
What?
they're back on.
Wait,
Oh,
what?
yeah?
You didn't know about this?
Isn't that
No,
crazy,
I have
bro?
no
Yeah,
idea.
dude.
I'm out of the
Marcus,
loop.
right?
Marcus
Jordan.
Jordan,
and
yeah.
What's her name? Lara?
Larissa.
What?
Larissa.
Larissa.
Oh,
Larissa
this is
Pippen.
hilarious.
That beef continues
Oh,
to grow.
my, this
Yeah.
is like a lineage beef.
Terrible.
I
Yeah.
mean,
It's weird. It's
Wow.
weird.
So are you guys crazy Eagle fans then?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
I love
obviously.
it.
Yeah,
I know.
yeah,
You
we
know.
are. We are.
You know,
but I
Eagle
just
fans
feel
are
like
not.
coach.
Yeah, we are.
But I just feel like coaching is so. It
You
really
go
is-
right back
no,
into it.
But it's
Yeah.
been a lost art form. I mean, honestly, I'm looking
Yeah.
at what's going on with the Lakers right now, and like, wow. I mean, you blow a 20-point lead in a playoff series against the world champions. That's coaching. Like,
Yeah.
that's inexcusable.
Yeah.
One of the best coaches in the world right now, I think, especially he's out of the NBA, but I think Eric Spoelstra of the Heat. What this guy does with
Well, he was just voted the best coach.
very media by who?
I
By
just saw
Joe.
it on social media. They were like,
Joe.
the players think
He just said it.
He's the
He
one
is.
everybody wants to play
He
for.
is. He is. Dude.
Yeah.
He is.
Yeah.
He's the best.
Yeah.
But I feel like coaching is just I don't know what's going
Yeah.
on with it. But I
Yeah.
they're hiring a lot of like pals and they want to be buddies and like
Yeah.
I know it's important to be in there high-fiving your players and stuff, but like you got to let them have you got to let them have like the family. And you have to be the guy that just sort of manages that family.
Yes.
You know, I feel like when you get too into it and they like you too much, they can also not like you.
Yeah.
You know, and you have to be sort of like Switzerland a little bit as a coach. I think there is that separation of church and state. Like the players, they bond, they get together, they work out your shit.
Right.
But like the coach he's got a game plan. But when he's in the middle of it, the problem is he gets sucked into that drama, and then you have a tough time sort of rectifying it when things like what happened last year to the Eagles
Joe, I think
happen.
you should
Yes.
start coaching at the
Yeah,
your
no.
kid's school,
Well,
the
I
Pop
would love
Warner.
to. I would love to. I
Start there.
I coached a little soccer with my girls.
Really?
When they were the older ones when they were growing up.
Yeah, well,
I can see it in
So
your
Brie and
future,
I were
Joe.
T-ball coaches.
Yeah.
Hey!
And we started like 2 weeks ago.
Nice.
You know, and I got that itch too. And even though they're like 3 to 6, I'm like, but we can do this,
matter.
guys. Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Giving,
That's
like,
how I
good
felt.
pep talks.
Getting
There are winners and
good
losers.
pep
Second
talks.
place is first loser. Nobody wants that.
Right.
That's it.
Right.
And I told Brie, I'm like, no, they need to take away
I
something
know.
from each like practice. And
Yeah.
she's like, well, yeah. And I'm like, no, but they need to learn the game. Like
Yeah.
everyone's like, it's okay. Just, it's like babysitting for an hour. I'm like, no, it's not. Like they need to learn.
Do you start off
Yes.
with burpees and push-ups and?
So we
contact.
make them run
No,
the
do you
bases
really?
Yeah,
and
we
then
make them run
stretch.
the
Really?
bases, yeah.
Wow.
That's great.
And
Hey,
we have cute little like grounder.
Yeah,
like,
trying to
fun
teach them.
activities,
I've been teaching them
knitting.
underhand,
great.
but I'm like, here, we'll start
look,
there.
that
and
kind of structure and discipline, like and positive reinforcement
Yeah.
is vital. It's
Right.
I
vital
agree.
to young people. Look, we had it. I mean, we grew up in the
Our
80s,
era,
man.
yeah.
Like, I mean,
Oh my gosh.
I mean, even in the industry and stuff, like if you showed up and you weren't on your game, you were fired, or
Right.
you had no lines left by the end of the week. I mean,
Yeah.
this was
Or
not
you were
like
given a dress down in front of everybody.
right.
Right.
I mean, this was not
like-
like you don't get trophies for not
These
winning.
must have been
you don't get
traumatic
thi-
days for you
This is
guys
not
because you
preparing-
bring it up
You're not
often.
preparing these young people for life, in my opinion.
Right.
Compassion is great.
Yeah.
Grace is very important in communication and how we talk, and it's vital in any relationship. But accountability and structure and these things are really important, man.
Yeah.
Really important. And honestly, consequences are important. Like
Yes.
if you don't play well, like for instance, I love basketball. I love it, okay? And I loved playing basketball, but I sucked. I sucked at basketball. I was so bad. And my best friend in middle school, Chris Wolf, his dad Aaron was our coach. And I wanted to play so bad. I was great at defense. I couldn't shoot the ball to save my life.
Yeah.
And Aaron, I'll never forget, took me over to the side. And I wanted
Joe,
to start
maybe
so
this
bad.
isn't for you.
I wanted to start so bad. He
What?
said, Joe, you're a great baseball player. You are not a good basketball player. So you're not going to play. And I was on the team, and I spent most of the time on the bench. I'd come in for defense, and I wouldn't play. But I learned, and then I sorted baseball. I realized that was my sport. So, like, that to me taught me a lesson.
Yeah,
I didn't live in
right.
some fantasy land thinking, basketball is my thing. No, it's
Yeah.
not. You're terrible. And everybody's got their thing, And
I
you'll
agree
find
with
your
you.
thing.
Totally.
But that's important to finding that thing. And kids today, I feel like, unless somebody's honest with you, you're not going to find it.
Or
Right.
you're just going to get slapped in the face later
Later.
on. When
Yeah.
it
It's
It's not
really
preparing
hurts.
you for life.
Totally.
Yeah.
Life
For
doesn't give
sure.
out puppies when you don't, do well in
Right.
something. I mean, that's just not the way it works. It's not the way it works.
And
you
it
know?
is kind of like you guys probably noticed in your industry and like we've noticed in ours and all around. People, they don't realize how easy they have it. This like
Yes.
upcoming generation, because
Wow.
everyone's very sensitive with things.
Oh,
And like we were the same way. Like,
Everyone's very gentle.
right, Vince didn't care.
Gentle,
Like
yeah.
if you messed up or you didn't do something good that night, like you're gone. Bye. You're
Yeah.
replaceable. Like,
Yeah.
so you were always on edge and you knew like every moment mattered. The minute I walked out and had a match, like it had to be good or I had to get the
Yes.
crowd engaged or that
Yes.
was it.
Yes.
Right.
And
Yes.
now it's like, it's just crazy how different it is.
It's
but
very
I would
different.
rather have it our way,
I would
you
too.
know, because if zombies do come, we
gonna kick their ass.
we
Yeah.
kick their ass
Yeah.
and survive it.
I like this.
They wouldn't.
I'm ready.
And he's like, wait a
They
minute,
wouldn't
this is a movie.
survive. Yeah.
And he's just filming now.
He's
already directing. Zombie.
Actually,
Put the sound
dude, I am. You know
Hey,
what?
You know what?
But it's true. Brie and I always say, we go, well, we could fight zombies and they
I'd
can't.
fucking get them.
Yeah.
that
You guys would be really great zombie
Yeah.
killers.
So can we
Right?
tell you
I
something?
must say.
Yeah.
When we flew in, we're waiting for her bag, and these military guys were chatting with us because they recognized us. We performed in Iraq when they were there.
No way.
How many years ago did they say?
2006 or
What?
7.
Something.
But we performed in Iraq and then we went back and did
did the
a
handshake
tour
tour.
in Afghanistan.
Yeah. So it was really crazy. And then one of the guys actually got emotional
he was the
about it.
Afghanistan guy.
But they were like, yeah, we were just in Phoenix, saw a bunch of zombies. And Nicole and I go, zombies?
Wait a
No,
minute.
wait,
what do you mean?
What do you mean?
And, and
he goes, oh, well, it's like a lot of people on drugs walking
We're
around.
like,
and I go,
oh.
wait, what? I go, we're from Phoenix. What? And he goes, yeah, there's like a lot of people on drugs walking around now. And I go, where? And he goes, everywhere. And I go, we were just there. So where do I need to
you
not
and I,
go?
When they said zombies, we were like, what?
We go, what?
Like we
Where?
were like ready.
Yeah.
I was like,
I know.
I knew it. I knew they were here.
For a brief period of life, I really thought that the zombie apocalypse was coming.
Oh yeah,
and I was just
preparing for it.
and I was just
10
living
years.
life
Yeah,
like
I
that.
love
It was
it.
really weird, though. I think
Yeah.
it was, when you
Like
take
a
it too
doomsday
seriously.
prepper type of
Kind of. I was
Yeah.
just taking it too seriously, I think. at
No.
one point.
Yeah.
Hey, her and her husband. It's like
It's awesome.
the best is they bought a gun in the pandemic.
I'm moving
Okay.
in.
But they never knew how to put it together, and they kept it in a case. So I go,
Okay.
well, wait.
So
So
we're
if
also
you
like hippies too.
Sure.
yeah, so I go,
I
but
get
if
it.
you
The
ever
violence
were
in
gonna
my
use
house. I don't
it,
want that
she's
energy.
like,
Yeah, I
I
get
don't
it.
know. We just felt better having it.
Throw it
And
at
I'm like,
somebody.
Andy's an
Yeah.
expert
Yeah.
marksman. Andy builds them. He literally makes them. He
Oh,
builds them.
really?
Yeah.
Yes, he
I
does.
worked as a gunsmith for a moment.
Andy
Oh,
trained.
wow.
Andy trained Keanu Reeves.
I did not
for,
train Keanu
well,
Reeves.
yes,
I
you-
work my very
Did you not
very
train him?
my very good friend Taryn Butler,
Yeah.
who is like
And
one
he's
of the
being
world's
humble now.
top
He's
shot.
arrogant
No,
now.
no, no,
He's
no, no, no.
humble
This is no.
Joe, that's an excuse. But
It's
I never
not.
said
I didn't.
That.
Taryn-
He's seen with us.
Taryn trained Keanu for all the John Wick stuff
true. It's
and owns a company called Taryn Tactical Innovations. You've definitely
Yeah.
seen this online.
Oh, yeah.
Have you guys been out there
no.
to shoot? Oh, we should make that happen.
I should.
I would.
'Cause
Let's go.
I've gone before, and it's nice to know.
Yes,
It is.
No, it
Yeah.
is. And
Do-
we've had fun.
I'm more on the food side prepper, like doomsday. Like
Sure.
I'll
Yeah,
be
yeah.
able to live on my own.
Yeah.
Like,
But I
That's
would
good.
like to know how to
Yeah, I'm
shoot a
great
gun
gardener.
better.
That's
Oh,
yeah.
I mean, it's good. It's good to
Yeah.
know.
That's my
It's good to know.
for just life and also in the entertainment industry, whatever. It's important.
Right,
But
yeah.
do you know who Taryn? Have you seen Keanu Reeves train for John Wick and all that crazy stuff?
I don't know,
I'll
but
send
the
you- I'll
name
send you-
sounds
I'll send you- I'll
familiar.
send
Has
you.
he done other stuff?
Yeah,
and, like,
he's
stunt,
like
right?
he's like the biggest.
He's okay. I
trainer
feel like
in,
I've heard.
in town, and he has people out all to his range all the
That's
time.
awesome.
And yeah, it's fun. I'll send you guys.
That's not where the military guy was killed, though, right?
No, we haven't
okay.
killed anybody over there. Nobody has lost
Okay,
their
fine.
lives at Taryn Tactical
Okay.
Innovations.
No. Yeah, but that would actually be pretty cool. Zombie hunters, right?
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
You
Come
know?
up, come up, come up with.
I've been
something.
doing a little writing, a little directing over the last few years, and I have a couple things going. One of them is a zombie movie.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
so,
great.
Yeah, but there's
you
we'll
know?
figure something out.
I literally just
We'll
rewrote
talk.
it.
Yeah, I kind of
In
did.
my mind.
I kind of did. I was like, maybe I could just rewrite it.
Yes.
I think I probably could. Yeah.
But it's a good mindset to have.
It is a
Do you
good
know what
mindset.
I mean?
Yeah. It
To
is.
be just ready.
Yes.
It is.
And when you look at people and how they're being raised, I'm like, you
There
would
was
not
being
make
raised
it.
as zombies.
Yes.
Right?
Well.
Actually.
Yes, I mean yes, overly sensitive zombies. Yes, but I feel like honestly, you talk about awareness, and I talk to my daughter, right, my oldest
Yeah.
daughter, because she's getting ready to go off to college, and even when she goes out with her friends, and 18, and they're driving around and they're coming out,
Oh,
that's gonna be
it
so
makes me so nervous, and I worry
hard.
so much about her, But I said, listen, I said, I believe in my heart that 90% of this horrible stuff can be avoided if you're just super aware.
Yes.
If you are super aware of your surroundings, people you're with, your self-control, so many of these things, these horrible things that happen, especially to women,
Yeah.
can be avoided because
You got to get her into like jujitsu.
well, no, she does do that.
She's
She
got
does.
to.
She does. She does that. She's great. But
We have to make her a killer, Joe.
yeah, an assassin. No,
Yeah.
but
Did you
I
ever see
feel
The
like
Professional?
an awareness is really important.
Yes.
I mean, even when and
Call me
I find
Leon
myself doing
now,
this. I mean,
Charlie.
if I walk out at night and I'm going to my car, I make sure that I know where I'm going. I don't
Totally.
just blindly. But so many times, a
Oh,
lot of
my
these young
gosh.
people today, they're
Joe,
walking,
They're on
Joe,
their
you
own.
they're
live-
looking and they're looking down. They're
Joe, you live in a gated
those are
community.
targets.
Get out of here. What? Yeah. But
Yeah.
massive. I mean, you have especially like a beautiful female that's walking around and they're completely in their own world scrolling.
Yep.
This is it. And there's a lot of evilness out there. There's a lot of
Yeah.
bad people.
Unfortunately.
Look,
Yeah.
thank God there's a lot of good people too. But
There are more
a lot
good
of-
people,
There
just
are more
FYI,
good
that's
people.
why
They don't-
everybody's
they don't
alive.
Get, they don't
Yes,
get credit
that's
for
true.
it because
Yeah.
there is more good
But there's
than
bad apples on every tree.
100%. But that to me makes me so nervous, and I feel like so much of it is just an awareness. Of
Yes.
yourself and your
Beware of the
your surroundings.
serpent's
Right. No, it's
whisper.
true.
These guys don't have kids.
You
clearly.
know. I mean, I think at 18, we started to walk around because when we graduated high school,
Right.
and then we were Hooters girls.
Wow.
So when we'd walk to our car at night, but we just learned quickly, like you just take pepper spray anywhere you go, have it ready to spray because
Yep.
if anyone's going to come up to me and just.
Yep.
And we did that for a long time, had it
I
on a
bet you did.
keychain. They started to make cute covers for it. So
You got to
like,
do
know,
it. No, you have
felt-
to do it.
No,
It
I
is-
Yeah,
totally
you really
agree.
do.
It is vital. I
Yeah,
mean,
I saw a girl who was walking. Now it was on a crosswalk, but she was walking on the street and she was on her phone. And it was kind of one of those intersections where you still kind of need to be. It wasn't a light; it was just a crosswalk. So
Yeah.
you got to still kind of be aware. and she's scrolling, and somebody doesn't see her and slams on her brakes. She goes,
Oh my gosh.
and then goes back to scrolling, and then the other way, somebody almost hit her, and I was like, this girl, and she just went right back to scrolling. I was like, this girl
Oh,
You know what?
almost just got killed.
You know what it was,
twice,
right? TikTok.
And it didn't.
Yeah.
Probably was.
It was TikTok.
and it didn't phase her. Like
Was.
didn't phase her. I was
that's
shocked.
crazy.
It is.
It's
I
sad.
see people in New York all the time.
Yeah, in New York.
Yeah.
Always almost getting hit.
Yeah.
It's so wild.
Well,
to
like
me.
the two Nike executives that got in wine country that got killed on
They're riding their
Silverado.
bikes.
What?
Riding their bikes, and the guy that was driving the
Out in wine
tractor
country.
was texting.
No, it wasn't a tractor. He had logs on that. It was like a
but
truck.
it was like a tractor thing. I thought. Well, those weird
like a
looking,
work truck, but not
like
like a work truck a little kid would play with. You
don't
know,
know
one
why.
of those ones with the logs in the back.
It's as if
Oh,
a
you know
truck
this?
and a tractor had sex.
Yeah.
And if you
There you
smashed
go.
it together,
It's terrible.
Don't
When I see
siblings
two guys
always do
getting
this?
hit by a truck, and then I see two guys getting run over by a tractor. I just keep seeing
Yes.
the scene in my mind getting rewritten.
They're like,
with
oh,
different
she
vehicles.
doesn't, and she tries to like make me look like an idiot.
Anything.
Yes.
Okay, tractor or truck doesn't matter. Look, can I finish my
Right?
story? They're like, you know, Joe, it actually was this. They do
Yeah.
it to me all the time. They
Oh,
noodle. They
yes.
just noodle at the specifics, and the
All
specifics
the
don't
time.
actually
Well,
determine the
you
story
do-
at all.
It's not
Totally.
quite
Like,
true.
you
The
know what, like-
specifics do
There's a
matter.
tri-
It's 12 to 12 and a
you're
half
either
years apart.
texting
This
on
one
a
has all
tractor
him.
or texting on a truck.
Actually,
It's
it
true.
was, and I'm
And
like,
guess what?
really?
They were hit by logs.
No.
So again, I wasn't
logs
done
flew
until you
off?
started to put down the type of truck I was talking about.
Okay, so keep going.
This is literally
Death by logging.
Yeah.
Tractor
So-
truck.
This asshole was
Yeah.
fucking texting.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And then
Or
looked up,
scrolling.
swerved, and the logs did fall and
wow.
hit and killed these people
Final
and their
Destination.
dog, all three of them,
The dog.
Wow.
and the dog.
It's like
The
a-
dog was in
the
the
dog
basket.
died?
Yeah.
The
Oh,
dog
that's
was in the basket.
And they like top executives at Nike. By the way, early morning bike ride. But like, so my point is about like texting people on their phone. Maybe he was on TikTok. Who even
Whatever
knows?
he was on, but that is
It
Sad.
sucks.
Right.
terrible.
Terrible.
It's terrible. I heard they're
It's-
putting in some AI cameras. You know these new state of the art AI cameras that now
Everything
can
you're just
detect-
throwing AI in front of everything.
No,
now.
no,
This
I'm
new
telling
AI
you.
fridge.
that
Yeah.
now will
This new
detect
AI
if
cup.
you have your phone, because a lot of people drive like this and their phones are down here. So the AI cameras will be able to detect if your
Oh, good.
eyes are down
Or up. Yeah.
or up. Yes.
I have
Oh,
heard
that's good.
Wait, now when they say AI camera, does it get installed or it's already installed?
I don't know.
No, they're going to be
They're gonna
installing
be
them.
installing
So
them.
Like in all cars.
vehicles.
No, on the roads.
on the roads. But the
Oh.
AI will
Yeah.
they
In
basically
particular
are,
here in LA,
they're
doing it.
they're like
They
a
passed the
learning
law.
camera, so they'll be able to like learn
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
eye
They'll learn-
movement.
learn
They'll be
human
able to-
behavior.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, back in the day, I got one of those red light camera photos,
Oh, Did yeah.
and it totally got me.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
I wish I could
Really?
find it. Yeah, it was so good.
It's just you looking at
burning
it.
through it. I was like,
Did
this
they-
isn't
did
me,
they-
and it was me.
Yeah,
send you
me
the
too.
picture?
Yeah, it was me in that blue Beamer.
That
Like
is
I had,
so
I had a bright blue M3 too, so there's no avoiding it. And I wanted to fight it, but I couldn't.
Bright blue M3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which was your?
Oh my
he
gosh.
ordered it for me. I didn't.
He
He
said
ordered
he
me
wanted
the
something unique.
the
so-
brightest blue M3 ever, and it was so.
That is so
The
Wow.
best Big Brother punk of all
Yeah,
time.
I got pulled over
Don't
every
worry, buddy.
week.
Look,
Every
I've
week
always had
in
fast
Burbank,
cars.
I got ripped out of the car. I wasn't like, I mean, I was a mischievous kid, but this night I was not being mischievous. I was being a law-abiding citizen.
so funny.
And a cop ripped me out of the car and was like, "You're that street racer." And I,
Oh, it was a misidentity.
I said, "I really was not racing, sir.
Oh my
You're that
gosh.
street racer, or somebody's driving your car." And I guess there was another bright blue,
Yeah.
infamous street racer. It wasn't me though.
That is
Wow.
so funny.
yeah.
funny.
Thanks,
That's
Joe.
hilarious.
Well, I've always loved cars and fast cars and stuff, but I don't drive fast. You know, I
Yeah.
just like having
I
the
drove
ability
fast.
to drive fast.
Yeah.
Andy actually was a speed demon for a minute. So,
You know, I actually, this is it just reminded me of this. I've never spoken of this since.
wow, really?
But yeah, there was a time.
boy.
Shocker.
There was a time Joe, because Joe's the car guy, clearly.
Keep it
because
in the
again,
closet.
Again, I had a hand me down from Joe, but it was an incredibly fast car. Do you remember that silver thing?
Yeah,
what was
Porsche.
it?
You know, Porsche Turbo.
Oh my gosh. I should have been driving this. I was like 19 years
You
old.
really shouldn't be driving at all. Matt smashed into like 4 cars in a week.
no.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's actually
3 of
true.
them were mine.
Actually, no. He did. He. I remember at one point he was.
I'm a great driver
He
now.
was backing
by
out of the
way.
driveway and he hit Joe's car, the trash cans, and my mom's car.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then
Oh
I
my
think he didn't
gosh.
put, and we lived on a hill, and I think he just got out and he didn't like put the handbrake on, and the car rolled into the
Oh,
gate.
my
Yes.
Oh my god, you're
goodness.
just over
Yes.
it. You're like,
Yeah.
I'm out.
Yeah, it was a bad day.
He drove one of my cars on top of my other car while I was in it.
We've told the story.
Yeah, we have.
There was a parking garage, and Joe was in a Viper, Matt was in a Jeep.
They're really low to the ground, everybody. By
Vipers, and long
in the
story
day,
short,
Vipers were
Matt
cool.
like
Yeah.
Joe
the way. I had a
stopped.
Jeep.
On the
behind
parking
you.
garage driveway thing like this, Matt was coming up. Joe was parked here, and he just drove right.
I wasn't
Just
parked. I was
landed
waiting.
on top
I was
of it.
waiting for him so he could follow me home because he was my little
Yeah.
brother. I said,
Yeah.
just follow me. We'll be cool. So I'm sitting here, and he drives the Jeep onto the Viper, and I literally.
Did you lose it?
Well, yeah, and
Yeah,
I get
he
this.
lost
I get this.
Oh,
I'm like, what the? What the? I mean,
Oh my god.
Dude, now
That's
this isn't the
wild.
story I was going to say.
it's a good story.
I had this ridiculous fast car that Joe
yeah.
had now, given to me.
Yep.
And
What a brother.
you know.
Yeah.
and
I had an older
I
brother.
was
Yeah.
I was feeling, I was feeling my age. I was feeling 19,
Yeah.
full of
Right.
testosterone, and one of those street racers, like Fast and the Furious type guys, comes up and starts racing me. And we're racing on Sepulveda Boulevard.
Oh my gosh.
It was really dangerous.
believe
I remember
that.
I was going. I was almost. It was on that verge of being out of control.
Yeah,
Oh
it's
my
not good.
goodness.
And I want to thank
Not
somebody
good.
out there. I don't know if they remember this. This was a long time ago now. But some guy got in front of me, sped down. When I pulled up to go, like, what? He said, it's not worth it.
Wow, that's cool. I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
it is.
I've never told it before.
Wow.
And I remember it was
He
like,
had long brown hair and a beard. And he was wearing a white jacket.
Yeah.
Jesus?
Yeah.
Jesus did it, dude.
He appeared actually.
That-
no,
It's not worth it, my
he
son.
didn't look like Jesus, but he was Jesus in that moment.
Yeah, he was.
And
Well,
Yeah.
and that's
That is
the
so
point.
good.
You take
Here's
him
the
around
crazy.
everywhere
Here's
you
the
go.
crazy
Yeah,
thing. Here's
right,
the crazy
mhm.
thing, guys, is that he probably really did save my life because I coasted and I slowed down, and I'm not kidding.
Aw.
About a mile and a half down the road, the guy was racing was up on its end smoking.
Wow.
And I called 911.
Whoa,
And
that
the whole
gives me
thing.
chills.
Did you say
Wow.
thank you?
I didn't
Like
get a
lipped
chance
it?
to.
You just
I
He probably was an angel. Like
Yeah,
maybe,
maybe.
you know what I
I
mean?
believe
maybe it really was because I literally
Yeah.
had that moment where I was like, and I wanted to even in that because I was raging. When you're racing somebody and you're like
Yeah.
you're in that raging
No,
moment.
Matt, we don't know. Most people
Might
don't
be a
rage
reason why
and
you
rage.
have
No, I was
kids.
like
Yeah.
frustrated.
You
I was,
lunatic.
yeah.
I was
Red
full-
eyes and horns.
Kind of. I
I
was full of.
couldn't see. My blood was pumping and I was getting hot. I
My
mean,
blood
what
was
the hell?
definitely pumping. I
My
was
foot was
like,
like lead. I mean, what are you
God.
talking about, man?
No, I was.
Matt's like that. Hold on, he's got serious road rage. I've never seen anything like it.
I can't
like,
even imagine
Maybe that's why he
that.
smashes
Oh.
into cars.
No, yeah.
It's an interesting
You don't understand.
dichotomy because Matt's a
Yeah, he's
nature
like,
guy and lizards.
No,
and
except
everything.
Yeah.
in a
He's
truck.
very-
You put him in a
yeah.
truck, and he knows it. He's like, "It's a fucking truck. It's a truck. They can't hit me." I'm like, "What are you talking about,
He
man?"
does do that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and he freaks out. He's, "Hey, asshole!" I mean, I swear to God, it's wild. It's so weird.
He is,
And the weirdest thing is, one point he was like, "Yeah, you never know. They could kill you, and I got a lot to lose." And then someone cut him off, and he's like, "Damn you!" And he starts, I swear, like racing. I'm like, "What?" He's like, "I gotta tell him. I'm like, "Tell them what?"
Andy just compiled 20 years of
No,
every
he
time
did.
he's ever been driving with me.
No, it's
into
like
one
no,
afternoon.
it's 2 weeks.
Apparently.
It's 2 weeks. That's 2
It was
weeks of
actually the
raging.
last 2 weeks. I'm kidding.
He admitted it himself. He's like, when you're driving, you're raging. I'm like, no, no.
I think what you're mentioning is that I completely stopped smoking, and that was not.
Man,
not
you've been
easy
doing
for
this when you were smoking.
No, this was not easy
Like
for
smoking
me.
cigarettes.
Yeah.
That was tough for me, and I did get. I noticed it made me angry when I stopped smoking.
What's your excuse now?
I never did
good
that
now.
stuff.
You should
I
see
never
me. You even
did.
driven-
You guys ever smoke? I never really got into the
I
smoking.
mean, I
The
kinda
cigarettes, no.
smoked a little like senior year of high school and
Yeah.
maybe freshman year of college.
I'm glad
But
you
that
didn't.
was
It's
it.
a terrible habit.
Yeah, and then I was like, what am I
Yeah.
doing?
I
Yeah,
know.
it's
I didn't do
awful.
it. Nah, I never really did
No.
it.
Anybody out there who's just starting to smoke or thinking it's
I
cool,
don't think anybody-
please don't.
Right.
Why would you do it now?
Yeah.
I feel like
It's a
I don't see a lot
disaster.
of people.
I gotta be honest.
especially when you know.
Yeah.
Now it's really odd that, like, I see people smoke and I think, Mike, it's like, what are you doing?
It seems
know.
so weird,
Yeah, it's
right?
2024.
Yeah.
Nobody does that anymore.
I
I
know.
know.
Yeah.
You
Especially when I
can't
see
help
people
but
in
like
cars.
stare at them,
I
right?
know.
I'm always like judging. I
Well,
think
Well,
about it, I'm
because
like,
you got to think if
Yeah.
the science is there, and if they're willing to treat themselves that poorly, you almost have to feel sad and compassionate, and then
Right.
like they'll never be able. I mean, how do you? What?
the same
Come
with the
on.
vaping. Like,
Oh,
hasn't
I agree.
so much come out,
It's
and I
so
see people
bad.
vape, and I'm like,
It is
don't
so
you
bad
know?
For you?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, vaping's bad.
All that
It's-
chemical
It is.
that's in
It's
there.
really
Oh,
bad.
And now they can
Oh,
do it anywhere.
gosh.
Yeah.
Like before,
Right.
there was designated smoking sections, and now I
Now
see
you can do it
vapors.
anywhere?
Well, I just see
Well,
I
like,
see
people,
vapors,
like, sneak.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
don't
because it
know.
doesn't really smell. Especially
Yeah.
like, I mean, the jewels are really bad because you can literally get away with smoking those anywhere.
That's
Airplanes,
crazy.
Anywhere.
Yeah,
church.
that's where I see a
Yeah.
lot of people
Yes,
in
they
like
just go
planes.
Yeah,
They're just
yeah.
like this,
You're like-
you know.
Yeah, they totally do it all the time.
And it's like, what are you?
I
Yeah,
mean,
what's
there's
going
chemicals in
on?
these packets, and you're just sucking it into your.
Oh,
I mean,
the
like-
new thing.
Right.
The
Makes
new
zero
thing.
sense.
They're little they're almost it's almost like chew, but they're nicotine
Oh,
packets.
yes.
And they're burning things in people's gums, and people
my
are
goodness.
still using them.
It's crazy to me.
It's
like
wild.
I don't know.
those things are
Stand.
nuts.
I always had such an inherent fear about all that stuff. I remember growing up, like, you know,
I didn't.
even when drugs were around me and stuff, I had
I was a
such an
garbage
inherent
can.
fear about cocaine and all these things.
Yeah.
I was so worried that I would die or my heart would explode. I never touched it. I never
Yes.
touched
I
anything
was
like
always
that.
really
We were
scared
like
of
Because
that,
I just
too.
was scared of it. I just didn't want to touch it.
Mm-hmm.
And I, you know, I knew a lot of people obviously that would do that, and I guess they made it through okay. And you know, but man, I just didn't want to ever take that chance. So
No.
I never did it.
Well,
you
and
know?
especially nowadays with what is
Fentanyl.
it?
Fentanyl.
Yes,
you can't go near that
fentanyl.
shit. Yeah, you can't.
These poor kids
No.
now
Oh.
are smoking one joint that are taking a brownie that's got that
Yes.
stuff in it, and they're dying.
don't-
Like,
Yes.
I think it's more like
horrific.
cocaine.
it's more the
and-
powdery
yeah,
type
and,
substances.
Yeah.
Well, no, it was laced in some joints because there was some middle school in the middle of the country where like 6
Oh my
kids
goodness.
were
This is-
affected by
Yeah.
it. Yeah, or something
So
like that.
sad.
I constantly am bombarding Charlie. I
Yeah.
mean, she loves me a lot, but she hates this when I'm like, I
Yeah.
just send her these things. She's like,
Yeah.
got it. You know, thanks. You know, like, but I
But
But that's
good.
good.
Mhm.
all the
I'm gonna be
time.
like
That's
that with
how
my
I'm gonna
kids.
be.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
have.
too.
I mean, you know, my daughters are. I mean, they're just.
We do that even with each other.
I bet.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, I can understand,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
and my daughters are, you know, I mean, look, I'm a little biased, but they're really pretty, and you know, and they're really sort of exuberant, and
Mm-hmm.
you know, a lot of people like them. So
Yeah.
I'm like, you guys are such
Aw,
targets. You guys are
yeah.
such targets.
Yeah,
So
they really-
please
Is
be
that
careful.
is that hard having them here in LA?
Yes, very much so.
Yeah,
Very
I don't
much
want to raise
so.
kids here.
No,
No.
this. Well, this is a very different town than even Matt and I grew up in. I mean,
It's true.
You know, it's
Yeah.
We used to ride our bikes not too far from
Skateboard.
here.
Dude, I
They're
did.
like-
I did
And
too.
what's happened in the last 15 years here is just, as in a lot of places across
Yeah.
this country in particular. But you know, it's
Was
just,
it-
it's really scary.
I want to
That
say
is
that
scary.
I was so shocked because I was like the mall, Sherman Oaks Galleria, which is in Sherman Oaks,
Yeah.
right? Wasn't Fast Times like that mall at one point was in all these iconic movies as the mall that the
Yeah.
kids would ride their bikes to and walk around. And I used to do that. Like I would walk from my
Culture is
house
gone. That
Oh, it's
doesn't
and
so
happen.
hang out at the
gone.
mall.
So sad.
Yeah, I know, and it sucks that you can't. I mean, not only is it not around, but I wouldn't want my kid doing that anyway
No.
because the
Right.
walk. I mean, I don't think they would survive.
It's just,
No.
It's
Yeah.
crazy.
It's
It
crazy.
really
It
has
is crazy.
changed.
So
It really
sad.
has changed. Social media has really fundamentally
Yeah.
changed things. I know that always the generations are like, oh, it was different when I was growing up. You know, your parents would say,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it wasn't
No,
like when I
but
was growing up.
technology sped everything up.
And they
Yeah.
were right to a certain extent,
Yeah.
but there was still a lot of growing up that was very similar, despite whether we had a Walkman or a VHS or
Exactly.
something.
They were
But-
enhancements rather than
Exactly.
drastic
But
change.
now
Yep.
the consumption of life as a young person is just completely changed compared to when we were
Yeah.
growing up, and
Right.
it's not for the better. I'm convinced of that. I don't feel like that's just age talking.
I agree.
I really feel that's fact. And you know,
Well, it's just going to be completely wildly different. I mean, I think kids are going to have their own AI assistants.
Oh,
Schooling's going to be
Dude,
much different.
have you
You're
seen?
not going to go to school in the same way.
Right.
I love the movie The Fifth Element, and I just saw now, and I don't know where it is. I think it's in Nordstrom's. There's a machine that girls can go up and put their hands in. It does their manicures and paints their nails, and you can literally just pick a different color, and within seconds
No.
it goes. It's
No.
Really?
insane, dude. It's insane.
That's
It's, like,
crazy.
crazy to
It's
me.
the future.
It's
But
you
even
know-
like as adults, I feel like I've changed. There's little things like, why do I feel the need to document so much?
Yeah,
That was never me before.
Totally.
But it's like, and I feel bad for my kids because I have to really tell myself, like, you don't have to take pictures of your kids today.
yeah.
Right.
Even if they do something so freaking
Right,
cute, we don't
right,
have to
yeah.
do it.
Right.
But I've even changed in those little things because I was never that person. And
Yeah.
I really try hard to like tell myself, don't fall into this, don't fall into that. Because I
It
hate
is-
those parts.
You constantly try to recalibrate yourself
Yeah.
back to sort of analog a little bit so that you can maintain some sort of focus in like the real world. I know.
Right.
You don't always have to take a picture of everything. I mean,
Right.
Right.
we go through this all the time. You know why there are 10, 12 pictures like that mean something to us, like that our parents show us?
Yes.
It's because there's only 10, 12 pictures.
Right.
When you have 35,000 pictures,
Yeah.
I don't care if you have every stage of your child's life documented. You're not finding that shit. You're not going to go back. Where are you going to keep it?
remember like the once a year
Totally.
photo when
Yes.
you were like young growing up.
Yeah.
You
But
do
those are
like
the
once
ones,
a year.
right?
You know,
But those are
yeah.
the ones that when you go to your grandparents' house, when I used to go to my grandparents' house, like those were the pictures that mean stuff to me that are now that they're both passed away, my mom has those. You know,
Yeah,
and
right.
when I go to my dad's house, like my dad has a few of those. And those are the ones that mean something. You know, it's
Totally.
not
I agree with you.
it's not look at this, picking your nose, look at this, squinting your face, look at that. I mean, it's like I don't know what we're gonna do with all these.
Right.
I just don't
I
know.
agree with you.
You know, I don't know.
I was like, look at this, you shit the bed.
Right,
I don't
right.
know what
Oh,
is.
gosh.
Yep. It's just anyway. But to your point, it really is. It's tough to not. You feel pressure. You feel like everyone else documenting. I gotta. All right, I'll take a picture. Come here. We'll take a picture. You know, but then I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Yeah,
with it.
and now people, especially if you have a fan base, they have that expectation.
Oh, yeah.
They
and
do.
then if you don't give it to them, they're like,
There's a
problem.
they're upset. Yeah, or something's going on in their marriage, or something here.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
I know. There's a serious pressure like that.
gosh.
It's crazy.
Crazy.
I know. And even the algorithm itself will demote you.
Oh, yeah.
If you don't feed the machine.
I've been demoted so much in the
us
past.
too.
I
Us
saved money.
too.
Well,
Us too.
Instagram is
Even a year.
Instagram is
Us too.
does
They
its
hate
thing.
me now.
We get a couple
I'm
million
like,
followers, and then you get like 100,000. You're like, what? Or I mean, you get what?
Couple
the
million
views.
views.
Yeah,
and then all of a
we get-
sudden it's like 100.
No, zero views.
Yeah,
And then you get
120K.
12 million views,
Yeah.
and you
Right.
get 0 views.
You're
You're
like,
like,
what
what
the
is
hell?
going
This is
Yeah,
not.
there's no way.
It's so
wild.
wild.
So
I know.
bonkers.
They
It
just
is.
they're always messing around with stuff, especially on IG. Always.
Yes.
You ever notice how like the cover photo for like 3-4 days, if you would do a video, you couldn't choose the cover photo. It wouldn't let you like go through the video and pick a slide.
yes.
Mine's still doing
Yeah.
that, by
Mine's
the
mine
way.
too.
Okay, I
Yeah.
thought
What
like
the
this
hell
is
is
an
that?
update.
I have to screenshot and go to add the camera
No, it's a
roll
glitch.
and add the
Yeah.
photo
It's
to
a
get it.
total
Yeah, I know
glitch.
it's a glitch.
Something's
Okay,
It
I'm
sucks.
so
on.
happy I'm not the
I
only
know.
one.
No,
too.
you're not. It's all of
I
us.
They have had
Good.
everyone in IG
That's
jail
interesting.
depending on what you do, what you don't do. If
Yeah.
you use like a live video that's in the Instagram app,
A trending
platform,
audio
you're
or
okay.
something. Yeah.
If you don't and you put a video in, oh, forget it. They will suppress that. And
It's really weird.
Apparently, no one will see it, but it's weird because people do see it. So I don't know. It's very
Here's
strange.
an even funnier thing. We had all of a sudden I was looking because we kind of do a lot of these collab things where we collab and between our accounts, and I was looking at, and all of a sudden it was like Ferris Bueller. Our views were like 9, 8, 7, 6, and I'm watching it real time, and I'm like,
No.
what is going on here?
Yes.
Because we don't have any bots.
I screenshot it.
Yeah.
and
we never
sent
did that.
We
That's why
don't.
our followers are just our followers.
And it's
That's-
incredibly
that's
hard
too.
to get a hold of anybody on Instagram, but through a representative that we have, they knew somebody and they called them and they were like, "Oh yeah, there was a problem," and all of a sudden they went back up. Boom,
Yep.
boom.
No,
So-
your views?
Mm-hmm.
So there's
That's
literally a button.
weird.
That they, I mean,
That's
they're
bizarre.
pulling the strings. You know, you can
You
just see
and
it.
you totally.
I
I hear
feel-
the same with TikTok. I hear
Yeah.
like
Oh,
they
yeah.
choose the pushes
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
like who they're gonna
Yeah.
use.
I feel like
wild.
honestly, if there's any sort of analogy, it would be to like gambling, right? Because they
Yeah.
want people to continuously
Yeah.
do it. So as soon as you get confident, you're like, you know what? I had 12 million views on this. I'm good. It satiates like a while.
They
you know
take
what?
it away
That'll
from
be
you.
good for a while.
Yeah.
Then they take it away, and they make you earn it back, and you have to struggle and fight. But really, at the end of the day, what you're doing is using their platform, and
Yeah.
that's what they want.
Yeah, that's what they want.
Yeah.
So it's like the
you're
first time that
right
you
on.
pull,
Right on,
the first
yeah.
time you go into the slots
Yeah.
and you pull something,
Yeah.
$2,000, you're like, yep,
Yeah.
I'm good. The next time you do it, they'll take it all away, but then you're like, no, I'll
And
get
right on
that
your way
back.
out, then they'll hit you back with
Exactly.
1,500.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like it is to keep you habitually
Yeah.
wanting it. You know, it's the human psyche. It's like as soon as you I remember like the old dating thing, right? As soon as the girl says yes, the guy goes, I'm cool. You know,
Yeah,
right?
totally.
Or vice versa,
Yeah.
right? As soon as you think you have it, the hunt or whatever it is over. And I feel like human nature is that we want what we can't have, or you desire something that is a challenge.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
kind of like human nature. This is kind of what it is. And I feel like that's what I'm convinced that's what they're doing.
Oh, totally.
Because it doesn't make any sense any other way.
yeah.
You know?
It's so nice to be in a place when you don't give a shit.
That's it.
That's it.
You know,
That's
and
it.
that's
That's
how
gotta be.
you have to be.
You have
I've gotten to
to.
that point.
Don't.
I'm like, I don't even care about the views and the likes anymore
don't?
because it's so
Yep.
on and off that I'm like, fuck
Yeah.
it.
Well,
I'm
we've
gonna
all
post
learned
what
how to
I
make
want.
money before social media.
That's
And
it.
then
Yeah,
she and I
exactly.
talk about that a lot.
So I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm fine. I was able to promote myself.
Yep.
I was
Yep.
in a thriving career before it all.
And when we had to promote shows without all that stuff,
Isn't that
you
wild?
know,
Yes.
it's
But
wild.
you'd
It
actually
was
have to
kinda
work.
nice, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was nice.
So
Right.
nice.
And it was nice,
So
though.
And I
It
gotta be
was.
honest with you, I think it was really nice, and I think it was effective. And I don't know, like carte blanche, how effective
Yeah.
actually social media is in promoting certain
that all the
things,
time.
because you see a lot of these TikTok stars and stuff, and they try to put them in other like areas of
Yes.
entertainment. It does not work.
It doesn't work.
People do not care. I still think that big companies are trying to catch up to it. Like, oh, let's see, we'll just do a digital campaign. Doesn't really work. Still kind of have to have a real commercial. You
You
know?
do.
You
You
still
really do.
kind of have to do like the major outlets
Yeah.
to let people know. That can be on social media, but social media alone promoting something, I don't know how really effective that actually is for a lot of people
Well,
that are
because it's
serious.
instant
Totally.
gratification. It's free, right? So
That's what
it's
it is.
That's the key.
nobody
It's free.
and you don't have to, and the amount of effort that you have
None.
to absorb it is
None.
zero. So and people don't like to do anything.
No.
So
No.
why would you expect somebody to take an extra step?
Right.
I know.
You know?
Totally.
I've heard more in the last 5 years, I swear, budget cuts or
Oh, that's-
I know.
So-
Yeah.
And
your
I am
show does
just like,
great, and you're like, but we're still selling advertising, like commercials
I know.
and stuff.
Just
and so what?
That
So
is the
much
thing.
stuff.
Somehow it used to be like as the seasons progress, as your show grows, it would increase. Everything would
Yes.
get bigger.
Right.
Now, look, we're going into the 10th season, so we have to
Everybody's
pull our
taking a
ears in.
50%
You're like,
pay cut
wait,
if you want to be
Yes.
picked up. Wait,
you're like, what are you talking? Why are you
It's happening.
picking us up?
It's
television,
crazy.
it's happening,
It's happening.
all over the
It's-
place.
I mean,
Oh.
that happened on Wi-Fi. The show they kept cutting the year. Like,
Yeah.
we're in our 12th season, and you're making the show's like, how are you? It doesn't
making
make
a
any
show
It's
sense.
been
for-
what, our past 5 years, I feel like
That's
we've
what
been
I just
doesn't
hearing
make any
that.
sense.
That's what I
It's
just said. Yeah,
it's
fine.
frustrating. I miss
It's really
the days
frustrating.
of when it was just cable TV, but
I know.
Yeah.
And we're going back to
know.
that, but the performers are going to pay a price because it's not going to be traditional cable. But the producers and the ad, I mean, that's what's happening.
Really
is they're
smart.
just
What
placing
happened?
ads.
These people destroyed this great linear system
Right.
that basically rewarded people that did well. So if you had a big show, ad dollars went up. The people, the entertainers that were on the show got paid accordingly. Everybody made their money.
Right.
And something happened, greed or call it whatever you want, I don't know. But they decided, you know what, we're going to do away with commercials and advertising, cut revenue for everybody, right? No
Yeah.
residuals, none of this stuff. And then they basically said, you know what?
Subscription
no, we're
based.
going subscription based.
Subscription based, no
now
ads.
we're going
But now,
ads
yeah.
and subscription.
Yeah.
So now we're going
Now
to double dip.
they're double
Now the
dipping.
people that own everything double dip.
Yeah.
They make their advertising
Yeah.
dollars
Yeah.
and their
Yes.
it's
subscription,
insane.
and the entertainers still don't get anything.
I know.
All they
It's
do is they
so
cut
wild.
budgets now.
Yes,
To your
cut.
point,
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And they'll
This
tell
is-
you in the
And
beginning
the fact-
to let you know you're not going to get paid well.
I know.
I know.
It grosses
No,
me out.
and the
Hey, we
fact
don't
that
have a lot
we
of money.
get
We wanna
paid
have you guys.
just
Yeah.
per episode, and then they go put it international,
Exactly.
and they replay and
Yeah.
replay, and they're like,
No one
you
gets a
just
residual.
get that
That's it.
first,
Yeah,
yeah,
you're on
12
salary.
episodes. That's it.
And the
Yeah.
brick
It's
movers,
so
the
crazy to me.
cast, the crew, those are the ones that really, the ones that really build it.
Yep.
Pay the price.
They do.
Yeah,
It's
sure.
pretty. It's an amazing thing.
See,
What's,
I
what's
think-
going on.
I
I don't
think-
know if it'll fix itself. I don't.
I
really
think a
know.
creator-
With strikes and all these things, but I don't really know.
I think
Yeah.
a creator who creates a platform that is just the middleman in the sense of decentralized, connecting the creator and their fans, and takes complete hands off and awards like I always thought. I don't know why nobody's doing this. Video of the day, photos of the week, and then you get rewarded financially for those views specifically for every time a content creator does that on the platform.
Yeah.
So I don't know why, but there needs to be like a decentralized social media platform where nobody's taking the money. It's literally just the connection and the platform for creators to reach their
I-
fans.
yes.
Yeah,
Actually,
That's what we
that's
need.
actually- we
Yeah.
do need that.
We do need that.
Yeah, it would.
What Elon's even charging now on X, isn't he? Doesn't he charging people to?
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
think.
Everybody's
Well, for
up.
verification,
new followers.
No.
If you want,
Even
Oh,
just
really?
even just to be on it,
Platform,
because
yeah.
well, it's supposedly it's the only real way to weed out bots.
Yeah.
right.
Whatever that
Oh.
means.
So now you're going.
He's got to
to
keep it open
That's-
somehow.
No, he does. But I'm just saying,
Whatever
like,
that
so
means.
now
that's
But that's
crazy.
now you'll be
Crazy.
paying to.
Well, because he turned off all the advertisers. He basically literally said "F you" to the advertisers. So
So it's
know.
interesting. I don't know. It is. We say this all the time. It's such the Wild West, right? This thing that's it's
is.
going on right
It's
now.
really is.
It is.
It's
I mean, we have
so wild.
podcasts. Who would have thought that?
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on. This has been, but it's a beautiful thing.
I love
in
it because
some
we get
ways.
to catch up with old friends.
No,
You know what I
Well,
mean?
the podcast
It is.
in particular is
Podcasting's
pretty
Yeah,
awesome.
it's really
Podcasting's
fun.
great.
I agree.
Yeah, it is.
It is
We're
great.
looking. We're gonna hold you
Podcasting's
too. We look forward to coming on your podcast.
Yes.
man.
There
Oh,
are
you
some
guys
silver
have to.
linings
We'd love
to the
to.
craziness.
Yeah.
We really want
There's a
to.
lot of craziness. Yeah, we'll do it. We'll do it whenever
Okay,
you guys
good.
want.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
we'll
down.
come on. We're
Yeah.
down. You guys
And
can ask us
the
questions.
studios isn't far.
Yeah?
When we're in LA, we do Sirius XM. It's not far for you guys.
yeah,
Cool.
easy.
I'm
Right
trying
over
to
the
Easy,
hill.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
How are the
You can go
zombies?
like around the hill,
We
right?
could go
We
around
haven't
if we
seen
need
it.
You know,
to.
Good.
if the
We'll be
traffic.
on
Yeah,
our way
if the hill
there.
traffic
after
was a
this.
disaster,
alert.
we go around.
Yeah.
Keep me posted.
We'll be
Love
looking
it.
out for them.
Yeah.
Keep
Who?
me
Right.
posted.
Yes.
Zombies.
Be alert. Yeah, and just in life.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
it's an old
Oh,
saying:
for-
"Stay
yeah.
alert, stay alive." That's
Stay alert.
it.
Stay
Hey,
alive.
you know,
That's it.
I mean, a police officer did tell me that one time. He goes, if you just look like when you walk to your car, like you're going to kick someone's ass, he goes, no one's going to mess with you. So you
Yes.
just always look like you want to fight someone.
And I do that.
And I do. I look like a bitch when I walk to my car
Right.
just so no one will come up to me and like, mess with
when
me.
we first met, I was extremely intimidated.
Were you?
Yeah, of
Okay.
course.
Nice.
Yeah, you guys are kicking. Yeah.
Honestly, perception,
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
and and awareness is really it cuts down on so much of that bad stuff.
100%.
Yeah.
You know? Because these guys are these people, these perpetrators out there are usually cowards. I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, a lot of them are.
Well, they're
just,
also
Oh,
looking
yeah.
for weakness.
well, that's what I'm saying. They're cowards.
It's
'cause they go
primal
after-
when you go
Yeah.
back to lions on the savannah. they're not going to go for the lead bull. They're going to go for the one that's lagging behind and is not paying attention.
Yeah.
Right.
That's it.
Mhm.
That's
I agree.
exactly
Sure.
right. Yep, and we're no different. So
Yeah.
That's why the good have to stick together. That's
right.
Look out for one
Good.
another.
And
you
go to
know?
an Eagles game.
And go to
Yes!
the Eagles game. You know what?
Yeah.
You know what? We'll
We
take
will-
you up on
we
that.
will do
Okay.
Actually,
when
we
I
are
play the
planning-
Chargers.
Oh yeah, here. But
So
Yeah.
guys,
So
so guys,
goodbye.
you know,
So
we
much.
can hook that up. I have a buddy
really?
Israel that
Yes.
can get us some tickets.
Okay.
I'll see
Okay,
what
hell
we can
yeah.
do.
Definitely. And
Please.
we're gonna go to Philly this season too.
Oh, shit.
we
We're
would
gonna
love
go
to
either
do that.
against
And we
the
haven't been back to
Cowboys or
Philly to
Giants.
see a game in a long,
Long time.
Okay.
We want to do
We
that
all need
too.
to do
Oh, we
that.
really do need to make sure we
Okay.
do that.
Yeah.
That would
Cool.
be so much fun.
So
Very
much
cool.
fun.
Seriously,
yeah.
that would be
Yeah.
awesome.
That will
okay.
be.
I can't
Okay.
believe it.
Okay.
All right.
That's,
So
I mean,
listen,
how about
this has been
that?
the fastest-
I know. It's been
know.
so much fun.
I mean, you
mean-
guys, this is crazy. We're
Yeah,
so
I know.
we're so thankful you guys came in today.
Thank you.
yeah,
having
it's been a
us.
great.
Yeah.
Not
great
only
time.
are we fans, but also like to have the sibling thing is so cool.
Yeah.
So
You know,
cool.
We're rooting for you guys.
Yeah,
We root for all, you know, that
I
Yeah.
family
always love
thing.
when
Aw.
families can do stuff together.
Yeah.
And yes, there's chaos and tension, but there's so much love and there's so much respect and so much
Yeah, for
gratitude.
sure.
Very cool.
It
Yeah.
trumps all that stuff, and it's like there's no better person to have a fight with than somebody that you love because
know,
you get
right?
through it and you
Oh
get
my
over
God.
it. You know what I mean?
So
and,
quick.
and
It's so
they,
true.
And they
It's
get your
so
best and they
true.
get your worst. You
Yeah.
know, and at the end of the day, there's so much love.
Yeah, and there's nobody else better to fight with.
No one.
It's so
I
true.
agree.
No
I
one.
don't think I would have survived entertainment without her.
Well,
Same.
I always
honestly,
say that.
Same.
Yeah.
Always
Same.
say that.
Oh, it's
Same.
so
So
true.
you
It's been
guys
nice to have
are
each other.
you
Yeah.
guys are awesome, and I know you
Thanks.
guys are crushing it, and will continue to for a long time.
Yeah.
And we're definitely going to an Eagles game.
Yes,
Yes.
100%.
And we'll come
Awesome.
on your show whenever you want for
Okay.
real.
Yeah,
So-
whatever.
Perfect.
All right, thank you
Thank
everybody.
you so much.
for tuning in this
Yay!
week. Thank you so much for
appreciate
being
you.
in.
Yeah.
We are so honored to have you guys, and we will see you next time. Have a blessed weekend, everybody. See you soon. Bye.
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 Hey, what's up, everybody? The
Lawrence brothers are here.
Thank you so much for enjoying this week's episode of the Brotherly Love Pod.
And if you want more of this show, check out our premium feed on Supercast.
That's right, where you'll see ad-free episodes, monthly AMAs, behind-the-scene content, and so much more.
That's brotherlylove.supercast.com to join.
Check out our link tree and subscribe on all platforms.
We'll see you all
Next week!